और भी गई थी ना कि कोई भी कहीं से भी आ सकता है खेलने।
Yeah.
क्या
Yeah.
पता आपके साथ कौन सा प्लेयर खड़ा हो जो
Mhm.
मेन ओलंपिया को खेलता हो, वो
Mhm.
आपके साथ कर रहा हो।
Yeah.
तो
So
वो चीज मैंने, हाँ
with the competing, I'm sure Deepak that you've realized. Abhi kitne pro shows? You did 2 pro shows, Deepak?
यस यस यस।
2, right? What was the placing in them? I know the recent one. What was the one
थ्री
before that?
थ्री खेल लिए मैंने, 3 खेले।
अच्छा,
तीन तीन
क्या थी
तीन
तीनों में प्लेसिंग?
एक में थर्ड रनर अप था मैं, सेकंड में भी ऐसे ही आया था, फोर्थ में फोर्थ ये थर्ड वाले में मैं आ गया था सेवन।
Okay, okay. So now you're realizing कि you are in that mix of let's say like average you're in that top 5 mix, right? So you're in that
यस
top 5 mix, but उस top 5 में you have to get to the winning, and वो भी India Pro Show में, which obviously is not as competitive as some of the shows in Europe and US. So that tells you कि yeah, you have the talent and you have the hard work ability, but वो next level, अब इस level से next level जाने के लिए it will take a lot more work and a lot more discipline and talent to have. I mean, you have to keep that अपना जो अपना है genetics है उनको तो you have to like optimize, but main चीज ये है कि you have to keep pushing, keep doing every day, right? Dilip, I think the same thing is for you too. You turned pro,
Yes,
it's been a while, and now that you've turned pro and you've done so many pro shows, you've realized that it's gonna take a lot more.
yes, of course, bro. Yes.
So Deepak, so if you're not competing in this pro show, right? Are you competing this pro show?
ट्राई कर रहा हूँ मैं, अगर गेनिंग उस हिसाब से हो गई मेरी ऑफ सीजन की तो इस वाला खेलूंगा, नहीं तो मैं आगे नवंबर।
वो how many weeks out? अभी कितना इंडिया प्रो शो के कितने की वीक्स हैं? 14, 12?
हाँ
It's
14
13,
14
hardly 13, it seems.
13।
Okay, okay.
For June, I mean, for June, for maybe December, he has lots of time.
Yeah, I mean 13 weeks, so it's kind of like I don't know. It's already getting close. हाँ दीपक, थोड़ा सा already काफी पास आ रहा है, right?
जी जी।
तो उसमें to get like conditioned and to ensure कि आप time से पहले ready भी हो जाओ और थोड़ा time भी मिले. So you
हम
need maybe more
पॉडकास्ट में
time.
बॉडी भी दिखा सकते हैं, कंडीशनिंग चेक। वाह, है ना? मैंने
वो
अभी
तो
शेव किया है, दीपक ने बीट में पूरा शेव किया है।
तभी वो टैंक टॉप पहन के बैठा है।
नहीं, मैंने कहा वीवा को भी, अपने स्पॉन्सर्स को भी थोड़ा प्रमोट करना चाहिए, तो मुझे ट्रांसलेटर बिठा दिया दीपक ने
वो
यहाँ
टी
पे
शर्ट
ना।
पहन सकता था ना, बट उसको टी शर्ट नहीं पहननी है, उसको अपने डोले ज्यादा दिखाना है। He wants to like दिख रहा है कि दीपक का गेमिंग मोड चल रहा है। वो सबको यही बताना चाहता है कि देखो तुम लोग अभी मेरे लेवल पे पहले पहुंचो गेमिंग मोड में, फिर तुम भी टैंक टॉप पहन लेना।
सही जगह गेन हो जाए बस ना एक बार।
गुड। तो तुम्हारे अभी दिलीप, व्हाट आर योर कंपीटिंग गोल्स?
Bro, as of now, my competing goals is zero because my only aim is to get that size. Even me and my coach had a word about this. So if I'm getting on that weight cap, so maybe we'll think about the show which I'm gonna play.
So what was your weight in your last show, and what's the weight cap?
In my last show, I'm sorry, I got cold. In my last show, I think I'm around 80.5.
And then what's your stage limit? Like, yeah, weight cap. What's your weight cap?
Stage limit is almost like 91.5, it seems.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah,
so
that's
that's like
huge. That's a huge gap.
20 to 24 pounds.
Yes.
Also, damn, yeah, because your conditioning. I mean, definitely that was like crazy good conditioning, hard, dense. Everything is there, but yeah, that's a big. Yeah, there's no point.
Size.
There's no
Yeah,
point.
no point in competing, yes, bro.
No.
Even if I go to like any countries and win the pro show also, it's not going to make any sense because I'm gonna look very small if I'm standing next to you guys.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a big difference. See, I think 5 to 6 pounds, agar aap within the limit ho, and again, everybody is different, right? Like, kuch log zyada dense hote hain, kuch are like little bit, like softer muscles. So
Yeah.
it depends and where you store the muscle, aapka kahan pe zyada density hai. But that can only be there ki jab tak you're within 5 to 6 pounds difference,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's say
Yes.
like let's say like somebody is you said 91, right? Like let's say like somebody is 85 kgs, but they're just
Hmm.
denser, more mature muscle. They can
Matured.
still be.
Even I have that same type body, bro. Like if my weight cap is like 91, if I'm like, say for example, if in my next show, if I'm competing, maybe if I'm on stage like 86 to 87 kilos, I'll be looking huge. That's
Yes,
a huge
yes,
difference for me.
yes. And that comes from that muscle maturity, right? Because you're what? How old are you? Like 36, 30? No, you said
No,
you're
I'm like 34 now.
34, right? So yeah, it's
Yes.
because of that muscle maturity, right, that you have. तो वो muscle maturity में जब when you put that dense more muscle, you're right कि 4-5 किलो अगर कम भी होएगा, like 3-4
Yeah. So obvious, it makes some difference. It makes some
yeah.
difference. I'm
Because
sure.
I've met the guys, like I know Logan Franklin is a friend, and उसका जो वे classic में weight caps, or like Deepak, he's
He used to compete in men's physique, right, Logan?
yeah. So he's a little over 6 feet. So Deepak, height क्या है? What's your height?
मेरी 5'11" है, यानी कि मेरे को जो वेट मेरा बहुत ज्यादा गैप हो गया था, मुझे चाहिए था 96 और मेरा आ रखा था 86 86, तो मेरा
86 to
बहुत ज्यादा
96.
ड्रॉप हो
Oh,
गया। हाँ,
Then so
बहुत
that's
slim था।
that's also 22 pounds. So you're both basically about 22 to 24 pounds of scale.
obviously,
So now
obviously.
Logan is 6 feet, little over 6 feet, right? Like 6 feet half inch or 6 feet 1 inch guy. Uski weight cap pounds where it's like triple 222 pounds, right? And his when
Triple
he
two.
goes on stage, he is about 214 to 215 and that. ठीक है, तो उस height के लिए weight cap जो men's physique में है, that's 217 pounds, which is my weight cap,
Oh,
217. So he's 214. And Uski, if you see like his physique, you'll see that he is dense. He's
yeah, he's
214.
very dense.
He's 8
Yes.
pounds. उसको भी और like 4 किलो हो गया, almost 33 3.5 से 4 किलो के बीच में उसको और gain करना है. But if you see his physique and you see the density and you see like his arms and everything, it doesn't matter. You won't be able to tell कि उसको भी 4 किलो और gain करना है, that he can gain,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And there are a lot of guys that are like over that weight limit that do not look as dense. I think Raja's here too. What's up, Raja?
Hello, what's up, guys?
Hey, champ.
Raja has started this thing about being late every single time now. So you should just
No,
clap
no,
for
no.
him for every
I know
time.
he's been busy with his prep. He trains late night for his
I
prep.
know.
फैंडी से हेलो करा दो सबके।
I know.
I came back just like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
That's when I texted.
I know. I saw that. I was like, I hope you were able to make it. I was just kidding though. Good.
Yeah. So what's up?
We were just talking about the weight caps for men's physique and classic. So I was just saying, like, I think the same thing is with Raja too. So both Deepak and Dilip, they need about 10, what is that, 22 pounds,
20 pounds, 22 pounds.
So I was
22.
telling them how there are some guys at Logan Franklin that they are like 8 pounds, so 4 kilos less than their state weight cap, but that still he has very dense muscle that it doesn't look that he is under the weight cap.
Yeah.
Whereas some guys they may be at weight cap, but they may not look as big.
Yeah, that's
So
because of
that's
the muscle
density.
maturity,
Yeah. So I
density.
think in all of us, amongst like all four of us, I believe कि Dilip का सबसे ज़्यादा density है in that muscle. He's like
हम्म,
he's like 24 pounds less than his weight cap. But अगर उसकी, if you really see his conditioning, and with conditioning I mean जो उसका pop है, जो like that 3D pop that he has in his abs, his chest, it's actually more than all of us. And that's
Yeah.
that dense, mature muscle.
Yeah. Muscle maturity also. The color
Yes.
of his muscle, it's like the maroonish shade. You
I
get
remember
that
when I
large-
saw Dilip. I don't know when कब देखी थी. I think when he turned pro. I think I saw him when he turned pro. I think I saw a picture. मैंने कोई photo देखी थी, and I was like, "What the fuck is this guy taking to be this like shredded, like hard pill?" Because I'm like, ये वाला look I've only seen amongst like black guys. Indian में मेरे को ऐसा दिखता नहीं है, especially men's physique में बिल्कुल भी नहीं दिखता. That's what is it? So it took me time to understand, realize like what it is actually just muscle maturity कि वो इतने time तक रही है that it has become that super hard look. that me and you, especially Raja and me, we are trying to gain that.
Yes.
That will change our look. Yours and
Uh,
mine are very similar in that. But when
you
it
don't have to add 10 pounds of muscle in that case. It'll make you look bigger if you really nail your conditioning and have the muscle maturity and the separation.
So I learned it the hard way, going through it, that there is a big difference between dense muscle, quality dense muscle, and just muscle.
Yes.
Yes,
You may look
true.
big and you look like, just say like you look round, what round be okay stage pay, full bubbly, all of that stuff is there. But that bubbliness and that big round muscle will not give you the same look as dense muscle does.
Can you give an example so the viewers who are watching can relate to it? Like example for both the physics.
Hmm.
One round muscle with another muscle with dense muscle, but not a quality tissue.
Hmm.
Any bodybuilder, what you think of?
Classic example is
Mm,
I feel recently we can talk about Samson and Hardy, right?
Mhm.
Now Hardy is super dense. Let me
Hmm.
actually start this here. Let me show that. Hardy is like super dense, right?
And it's a
yeah,
muscle. It has the muscle maturity, a hard,
Yeah. So
lean.
Hardy has that, and Samsung is recently gained a lot of size. Like he wasn't as big just like 2 years ago. So if you see there, I think let me see, pull it up here. Um, let's see. Co-productions. We saw it last time right here. So if we see here, there's Samson and Hardy. Yeah, so let's just pick this for example, right? Like Samsung looks really good. Like he is obviously like he is like one of the best in the world, second at the Arnold. His muscles are big. He's much bigger than Hardy, like a lot bigger, lot rounder.
Fuller.
But हम लोग Hardy की उस पे जाते हैं physique पे. It has a completely different look.
it's hard. It's
Hard.
dense. Has dense, much
Like
dense.
his like
Very much.
quads, his chest, like abs is obviously thoda genetic ho jata hai, but if you see every other muscle too, it just has a completely different look.
Yes.
And that is what I was saying, that that dense muscle hamara, like that just takes time. And Dilip, like I know his physique, like as far as I remember, like the package that he brought, he had a completely, like even in this picture, right? Like
Yeah,
you
bro.
see,
Yes.
like his hardness is that this is me after like a long bulk of gaining new muscle mass. So this new muscle hasn't got the time. We expect that time nahi mila ki that could stay. But Dilip ki jo muscle hai is just so much harder, so much denser. Like you can see in this, like here, right? If you see the shoulder versus chest area, and then you see mine, you can see like that hardness is a lot here. It's not ki meri conditioning kam hai, Dilip ki zyada hai, whatnot. It's just his muscle is just so dense, but there is such a big difference in size.
Yes.
No. What my theory
In
is
this,
about.
in this, Raja, one sec. In this picture, bro, what was your stage weight?
This was I was big. I was 209 pounds on this day, so share race. So that is in kgs kitna hua? Um,
Maybe
mm,
88,
uh, it is
95,
94.8.
90,
95, approx
95.
95.
almost 93,
95,
95.
almost 95 kgs.
So
What's the weight
I'm
there?
almost like 15 kilos lesser than you.
Yeah, what's your
Lesser
height?
than you, right?
Okay,
Yes.
what's your height?
Mine is like 5'10".
5'10", right? Yeah, so mine is 6 feet. So I get like 2 inches, and then I get I think about 15 pounds more. In like 7-8 kgs zyada mujhe milta hai for my like stage weight than you.
So like I'm comparing this picture every time when I morning when I wake up. Like I used to go check my Instagram. I
Yeah.
pinned this picture. You can see in my profile. So I'll just say to myself, if I'm getting like least like 5 to 8 kilos of heavier muscle than this last show, maybe I can be placing it better
Absolutely,
in the
because
next show.
tiny waist, good chest, great back, abs are like, I think it's one of the best abs in the country. Hard, all that. So I want to go here. Let's see, Deepak. Because Deepak का मैंने अपना, I think मैंने अब show, मैंने obviously मैंने live देखा हुआ है, but I don't think I saw a lot of your pictures from the last show you did, Deepak.
Last show तो पूछो मत क्यों.
India Pro Show, right?
You have to go a bit down because after that he has done many shoots. He has
I
been
know.
to many.
Deepak का full time job shoots ही है.
Yeah.
He stays busy. He stays busy with all the shoots. It's like content.
Bro, do you have a separate room for Shivam Kapoor or what? I feel like
It's like, yeah, it's like personal photographer ही बना लो शिवम को.
वही सोच रहा हूँ मैं उसको वही कर, लेकिन वो बिजी इतना होता है.
प्यार करता है भुवन को भी ना, दिलीप को भी. हाँ.
So in this, Dilip, like it's, I think मैंने, हमारी बात हुई थी ना जब हम लोग कोलकाता में थे. I think मैंने ये चीज बताई थी. It's like hamstrings and quads more, because I can see in this it's like basically you need legs. But what I'm trying to say is that Deepak has a lot of muscle, but I can actually kind of see here कि a lot of that muscle जो है ना वो नई muscle है. Like it hasn't got a lot of time to set in and become that density that we were just talking about, जो जैसे दिलीप की है या जो we were talking about Hardy and whatnot, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you look a little softer here. Which show was this?
Reason बताओ उनको.
Reason क्या हुआ
This
था मेरे साथ
2023 Pro Show.
ये 23 नवंबर का है या 23
नवंबर वाला है
ये नवंबर वाला है.
नवंबर है ना?
November show.
बहुत amazing
You would
था.
have,
June वाला
you would
अच्छा
also
था.
have the वो June में you said it was a better package, you said, right?
Yes.
Let's see the
जून का नीचे.
हाँ, जून में तो बहुत अच्छा था वो तो.
इस बार तो मेरा वो भी हुआ था, यानी कि एक दिन पहले मुझे फीवर भी था, कोल्ड था, फिर उसके बाद टैबलेट्स खाई कोल्ड के लिए, फिर और ड्राई होता गया.
वो नवंबर में था या जून में था वो?
वो
नवंबर में.
I think Delhi show.
Oh, Delhi show. Okay. Was this the Delhi one?
Yes, this is the Delhi one.
This is Delhi.
No.
मुंबई में
This
था
is
वो.
Delhi show. This is Delhi. See the background.
अच्छा जून वाला कह रहे हो.
Yeah, this is Delhi. Yeah, here like he looks a lot. I think just conditioning wise भी थोड़ा difference है. You're just more conditioned here.
Even his legs got like a bit small in the next show.
Yeah. No, he's definitely more conditioned. I don't think it's just to do with hardness, but I think he's just more conditioned here.
But he had better condition when he won the pro and he got placed in third, I guess, like in the pro show.
So Deepak, in your posing, when you're doing your posing, I mean, I think I'm looking at this routine for the first time. You need to hold the poses.
Yes.
बहुत जल्दी like मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि मैं पोज को कैसे देखूं, because जब तक मैं आईज में डालता हूं ना तब तक वो पोज you go on to the other pose. Great routine, but I want to look like क्योंकि इतना अच्छा routine है, कितनी अच्छी physique है, I want to see more, but जल्दी जा रहा है. You understand?
No. If you sync it with the audio, it will be more pleasing.
Yes, because that's like Shiv Tantra. What song is that?
I get that.
Fast beat song.
I get that, but isn't the whole point of like the posing for classic and bodybuilding, open bodybuilding, is to also hold these poses? Like this is a great pose. You should have held it for a ज़्यादा time. ये वाला pose like side chest you should have held, क्योंकि दिखा ही नहीं मुझे side chest.
No. A lot of audiences like this posing on this performance. So what you could do is
Raja, but you're not. But
that's because
you are
that's
not,
because whenever.
But here's the thing. Yeah, audience. But you're not posing for audience.
देखो pro shows में muscle को दिखाना.
No, like what I'm trying to say is like he could slow his pace a bit for certain.
Maybe the transitions, he can hold the transition maybe 5 to 8 seconds more.
Just to entertain the crowd, he can go on for the same style of posing and tweak his posing where in between he can pace it down so that the judges also could take a nice look of his physique, like how you are suggesting. That way is more attractive on stage where like he pulls all the crowd and everybody judges are going to feel good when the audience are loving it.
Yeah.
Then it's all about what you show, how you show the sport to the audience, so they're going to appreciate it. No,
I think एक ये काफी बड़ी difference है that I can see what you're saying there, and the difference is कि in India, because इतनी audience present होती है and most of the competitors are used to performing for audience. सबको यही दिखता है कि लोग इतने सारे हैं, मेरे नाम को बोलना चाहिए, मुझे cheer करना चाहिए, और entertainment भी होता है, मुझे कोई भी song choose कर सकते हो, कुछ like all these things, you know, all these factors for entertainment. I feel this is different for the pro shows in US or Europe. Now in US and Europe, जो regular pro shows होते हैं, you don't really necessarily perform for the crowd. Yes, you want to have a great routine, but you're not basing it कि crowd से कितना आपको support मिलेगा या कितना आपकी cheer मिलेगी. Your sole purpose is to create a really good routine, show your best kind of physiques.
no, the kind of songs I can relate, because the kind of songs they choose, no, it will be like slow paced, and it will be very calm composing music where they do it like an artist. Where in the US, like they want to.
Grant Warren used to use Metallica in his routine, right? But if we go and see his routines, you'll see like he used to still hold the poses.
वो शॉन रे ने करा था ना उसमें, शॉन रे का रूटीन है ना उसमें, मराया कैरी का एक सॉन्ग है, वो इतना स्लो है, एक एक मसल को वो बोलना चाह रहे हैं तुम्हारा जो पोजिंग है ना वो बेसिकली एंटरटेनिंग के पर्पस से ठीक है,
वो देखा
ठीक है, बट मसल को दिखा ही नहीं रहे हो, होल्ड ही नहीं हो रहा, वो तो चलो कंपैरिजन में हो जाता है, मतलब वो
like let's see this. This is Branch Warren's 2009.
No, I can
song he's playing.
In my personal opinion, Deepak Bhai's like posing, he really has that knack of posing. But if you pace it down a little bit and hold your poses and little increase your pace, the transitions.
Just see this. So I don't know if you guys can hear the music. Can you hear the music?
Not really.
No, you
Not
can't hear the
much.
music, right?
No.
So that music is Metallica. He's playing. But look at how he is holding the poses. Like lat spread.
I'm not able to see the video.
4 seconds lat spread. Then side chest, it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 seconds.
Are you guys seeing the video? I'm not.
इस टॉपिक
Even I'm not.
पता कोई भी कितना अच्छा टॉपिक है बात करने के लिए.
We're not able to see the video.
You can you see the video?
No.
Oh, you can't see the video. Okay, let me.
No.
I can just see the home screen of the video.
Oh, I see. I think वो दूसरे tab में खुला है. That's why. Let's see.
ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि जैसे ये कर रहे हैं 4 सेकंड तो उन्होंने अपनी चेस्ट को दिखाया, मतलब हर एक पार्ट का ना सेकंड्स में. वही मतलब बाहर के लोग ये करते होंगे ना कि इतने मिनट में ये पार्ट दिखाऊंगा बॉडी का, इतने मिनट ही दिखाऊंगा. कोई कंपैरिजन वीडियो नहीं है ना वो जून वाली तुम्हारी
नहीं
स्टेज की?
Yeah, so this is the one. So yeah, so you'll see like he'll hold the poses. It's a fast song he's playing. Fast song.
Okay. He's controlling the pace.
Yes, he's holding the pose to show. Keep pose because pose is what is being judged. And he was known to, you know, सबसे fast metal songs he used करता था अपनी posing में. He used to be a very hardcore training guy and whatnot. But still, the poses are like being held because that is the main thing. Yeah. Now, the one time that you can do whatever you want, like fast, slow, doesn't matter. But even then, the main thing will always be to hold the poses. And that is when there is a, you know, अपना जो there's a group pose down होता.
That's when you can into. You can be all into and.
Because that's about audience. Judges have already done they're already done with the scoring. So now it doesn't matter. अब जो भी करना कर लो. Right. So I think that is one thing that the reason कि मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, I'm sure Raja you've seen in the local shows too. ये concept है posing का कि in India the posing it's tailored towards the song and tailored towards audience. But then you miss out what it really is. which is showing your best poses.
Very true. Let's go back to the previous talk where we were talking about Dilip's physique and his physique and hardness, muscle maturity over the topic.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Dilip bro has a decent size and he hasn't added any new muscle tissue, not much of muscle tissue. And over the years, the same muscle group, muscle fiber has been like conditioned over the time. He's been training, and I think he has adds a lot of volume to his training as well. So the muscle fiber is getting conditioned. The hard look is only because of his training style and his diet and all those structures, not because of the supplements we take.
Yeah, see, so that is good. You talk, I mean, that was actually my third topic. For this was my third topic. So the third topic is now we're going to talk about training styles and focus areas. So this was my topic that I wanted to talk. कि हम चारों लोग, we are different in our own structures, shapes, experience, age, everything. And class too, because he's in classic. What are our each of our training styles? क्योंकि ये कई चीज हैं जो I feel कि over the years हम सब ने अपने experience से भी सीखी हैं. And अब हो क्या रहा है? This is something I think I was having a talk with one of my friends yesterday. कि social media में there is too much information out. Right, like एक time था, we talked about this, Raj, in the first episode कि there was a time जब ज़्यादा knowledge नहीं थी और अब हद से ज़्यादा बढ़ के knowledge आ गई है. Everybody is out there sharing knowledge. Everybody is making videos and sharing their own, like, you know, whatever they have. Now, problem is, if you're starting out, who are you going to listen? Dilip is going to say something else. He's going to say, you know, train in 12 to 15 rep range.
And I'll say the exact
opposite. 8 to 10. I feel 8 to 10 rep range and then I need high volume. Raja is like, nah, that's wrong. I like to mix it up and I want both the rep ranges. And I will say, no, I want 6 reps and I only do one set. So now, what are they going to listen to? So I feel there are pros and cons to both. And a con is that a lot of people now are just trying to find this new, क्या बोल सकते हैं उसको, like this new magic. Yeah, or they're promoting a new magic. There is no new magic. One is when it comes to training, and this is what I've learned, and we'll see like what you all want to say too. Yes, there is one thing which is called science. Scientifically, best kya hai? And there might be like 2 or 3 variables in that. Second thing is, what do you enjoy in bodybuilding? Now, science is great. आजकल ज़्यादातर जो भी Instagram पे जा रहा है, I mean, India में थोड़ा भी ये कम है, Indian influencers ये थोड़ा सा कम कर रहे हैं अभी. But in the West, अभी जो main trend चल रहा है वो है science. हर चीज scientific. You know, it's like all the scientific terms आ जाएंगे, उसमें perfect form. This is one thing that is going on, and I myself have been doing it. मैं last year से perfect form पे बहुत focus कर रहा हूँ. And everybody's talking about this. Oh, you know, don't, like, when you're doing a pull down, keep it very strict, slow. And then there was a time when you see all these bodybuilders and then they train like fast, like they'll train like pump style, like which most of the people train. So I feel it's more of a fad that you say something different, so you'll attract more people and you'll get more famous and your post will go viral. So because
That's
of
a trend.
yeah, it's a trend. And because of that, it's so much information that people are not going to be, अच्छा मैं ये करूं या ये करूं, मैं करूं क्या? So for me, let's say Dilip, let's go from there. Dilip, how do you train and how has it changed over the years? Like what's a typical workout like style, like reps, sets, volume for you?
My rep range would be like my style would be like old school, bro. I'll go with like heavy lifts always. Like there will be like 1 or 2 sets of warm up and 3 to 4 sets of working sets, and I'll go with heavy weights. Like even for legs also, I used to train heavy. After like turning into pro, I mean, like me and Raja used to compete in one show, which is like an amateur show, where Raja got turned pro, and that show I like literally quit my leg training, like not pushing heavy, because I see changes in my waist getting grown, like the waist portion, because I used to hold the gut and all, doing the squats and all. So after that, I used to train a little lesser range for legs, but my repetition range would be like 12 to 15 would be the max,
Okay.
and sets would be like 3 to 4 sets max, like
Okay.
very hard.
And then how many total exercises?
There will be like, as you can say,
What is
15
your
to
split?
18
What
sets
is your
on the
split?
total. My split was like before 1 year and 2 year. My split is like I used to do like not as you guys do, like for push, you will do like what? Shoulders, chest, and tries like together. But what I do is morning I'll go for chest, evening go for shoulders, like that. I used to split the workout. But now I'm used to train a different way, like for the last 6 months, where I'm like doing this push and pull concept.
Okay. Do you think it's working better for you?
Yeah, it's working because I'm able to bring the fullness over. If I'm training for my shoulders, like if I'm training for my shoulders, that would be like a shoulders oriented chest workout. So I will be finishing with two of the chest workouts where I feel lag in my chest. So I can see that fullness around the body. I can able to see the improvements.
Hmm.
And mainly I'm focusing on recovery, that is like rest day and all. So
So you
previously,
how many times do you in a week you train?
like 3 days train and 1 day rest, like that.
Okay. Okay. Um,
And
Deepak,
focus completely on nutrition this time.
like more like diet, like you're focusing.
Yes, more diet, focusing more on diet, like maintaining, like consuming high calories,
So do you do your
making
own
sure
training?
that minimum
You do your own training? Yeah. Who's your coach? Is it the same coach as
my
who's your coach?
yeah, same coach. But training
Krishna?
part, he used to give me
Krishna?
some tips.
Who is it? What's the
For
name?
Raja is Krishna. For Raja is Krishna. For me, it's Murtuza Rashid.
Oh, Murtaza. Okay, yeah. I met him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you met
So
him
he
in
does your
Calcutta, it
training, or do you
seems.
do your own training?
He used to come like for monthly twice. He used to come. He used to say like you can add this, you can add that. But rather than that, I used to plan my training
So you do your own training.
schedule and all.
Okay.
Yes, I used to like schedule my training.
Okay. Okay. Deepak,
Yes.
your coach is who's that? Kuldeep, right?
Yes, yes.
So कितना time हो गया? How long? कितने time से you are with him?
अभी मुझे हो गया उनके साथ ये एडिट हो
I think
सकता
one
है
year, 1 year it seems.
1 ईयर भी नहीं हुआ मुझे उनके साथ अभी अभी मुझे हो गया उनके साथ 8 मंथ हुए होंगे तो मैंने
Okay.
अभी जो किया है कि पहले मैं ट्रेनिंग जो कर रहा था उन्हीं के हिसाब से कर लेकिन मेरे को जो लॉन्ग टाइम से मैं वर्कआउट कर रहा हूँ तो मेरे को लगता है हैवी वेट ट्रेनिंग की मेरे को सूट करता है मैं लाइट वेट पे ज़्यादा चला गया था यानी कि रेपिटेशन ज़्यादा हो रहे थे तो एक बारी मेरे से आपसे भी बात हुई थी जब मेरे की हैवी लोड ट्रेनिंग करनी है आपको अपने माइंड से कनेक्ट रखना है बॉडी का कि क्या है तो अभी मैंने जो रेपिटेशन सिंगल बॉडी पार्ट है वीक में 2 बार लेग्स है कि मेरा सारा कोऑर्डिनेशन लेग्स पे ही है कि अपर बॉडी चाहे मेरी छूट जाए कुछ भी हो जाए लेकिन लेग्स को नहीं छोड़ना लेग्स में मेरा चलता है सुपर सेट और रेपिटेशन भी हैवी है यानी कि 10 to 8 12 10 8 इससे ज़्यादा नहीं रेपिटेशन भी यही रखना है और हैवी और सारा सुपर सेट है बाकी वेरिएशन जो है लेग्स पे ही है 6 to 6 वेरिएशन है एक दिन कॉर्ड्स है एक दिन हैम्स है
Okay.
यानी अल्टरनेट यानी 2 बार डिवाइड कर रखा है
Okay.
और सिंगल डेज यानी कि चेस्ट बैक शोल्डर ट्राइसेप बाइसेप्स बस ये बाकी ट्राइसेप बाइसेप्स पे ज्यादा फोकस नहीं करता मैं क्योंकि ऑलरेडी मेरे ज्यादा वो और ज्यादा ब्रॉड हो जाते हैं फिर और ज्यादा बड़े लगते हैं
तो 6 दिन
bicep,
तो
tricep-
6 दिन की स्प्लिट होगी ना 2 लेग डेज
हाँ।
हो गए एंड एक शोल्डर एक बैक एक
हाँ
चेस्ट
Single
और एक
body
आर्म डे तो 6 दिन
Yes.
सो कितने रेस्ट डे कितने हुए फिर हफ्ते में
रेस्ट डे तो संडे ही होता है बाकी बाइसेप ट्राइसेप्स में अवॉइड कर देता हूँ 2 बार ही होता है मान लो आप
ओके सो मतलब आर्म्स कभी कभी ट्रेन होते हैं बट अदरवाइज 5 to 6 टाइम्स अ वीक
यस यस
और इसमें रेप रेंजेस या वॉल्यूम कितनी रहती है
रेप रेंज मेरे जो शोल्डर या चेस्ट में जो रखता हूँ मैं ये आपका 12 to 8 रेप्स रहते हैं बस
ओके
हैवी ड्यूटी पे ही रहता हूँ मैं हैवी लोड ही कर रहा हूँ
और कितने लाइक सेट्स
सेट्स हो जाते हैं मेरे आपके 3
लाइक पर एक्सरसाइज कितने
पर एक्सरसाइज तो 3 सेट्स हैं यानी कि टोटल 14 to 15 हो जाता है यानी 45 1 आवर के अंदर वर्कआउट खत्म करता हूँ मैं चाहे कितना भी फास्ट करना होता है उसको
ओके
कि उससे ज्यादा ना कीजिए वो
ओके सो ये ट्रेनिंग स्प्लिट खुद डू यू वर्कआउट जैसे खुद डू यू डू योर ओन या फिर Kuldeep does your workouts?
ये जो वर्कआउट है ये मैंने खुद जब मैंने प्रो के टाइम पे मैंने खुद आजमाया अपनी बॉडी पे, ये मेरे पे ज़्यादा इफेक्ट ज़्यादा देता है मुझे, तो मैंने कहा मैं इसे क्यों ना पैटर्न को वापस चालू करूं, क्योंकि मेरे को लग रहा था कि मैं ज़्यादा ना उस चीज़ को रेपिटेशन पे ज़्यादा जाके और मूवमेंट्स पे ज़्यादा जाके ना मेरी बॉडी उस कंडीशन में नहीं जा पा रही थी और श्रिंक हो रहा था मैं। तो मैंने इस बार मैंने सोचा कि मैं अपने ही थॉट से क्यों ना चलूँ मैं उस चीज़, मैं हैवी लोड ही क्यों ना करूँ मैंने, क्योंकि पहले मैंने पावर लिफ्टिंग की है, तो पावर लिफ्टिंग में भी मैंने अपने जो थोड़े बहुत लेग्स जो ग्रोथ करे थे, मसल ग्रोथ किया था, वो उसी ट्रेनिंग के हिसाब से किया था। तो मैंने कहा हैवी लोड ही करता हूँ मैं, फिर मैंने इसलिए हैवी ड्यूटी ट्रेनिंग ही चालू करी है अभी सारी।
अभी हाउ ओल्ड आर यू, क्या एज है दीपक?
36।
सो कितने साल से यूर ट्रेनिंग?
मेरे को टाइम तो बहुत हो गया है, 12 ईयर्स हो गया है।
13 to 12 years, right? So during that 13 to 12 years, rep ranges and volume वगैरह almost like same ही रही है, या फिर you have made some
नहीं,
changes?
मैं चेंज करता रहा हूँ हर बार, यानी कभी मैंने इसको जैसे 6 मंथ मैंने एक रूटीन को फॉलो किया, जैसे पहले मैंने 20 रेप्स का मैंने कहा 20 रेप्स चालू करते 22 to 10, फिर मैंने उसको चेंज करा, मैंने 15 to 10 पे चालू किया, फिर मैंने अपना हैवी ड्यूटी पे किया 12 to 10, 12 to 8, 12 to 6। जब मैंने आपके साथ किया था मैंने आपका भी एक मेथड देखा था कि आपने फेलियर रैप मारा था, चाहे 6 आए चाहे 5 आए, लेकिन वो फेलियर 5 to 6 होने चाहिए। तो मेरा वो भी रखता है कि मैं लास्ट फेलियर किस वेट पे जा सकता हूँ, लेकिन कंडीशन ना हिले, मेरी कंडीशन मूवमेंट सही होना चाहिए, मसल पे इफेक्ट हो, ये नहीं कि मैं कर कुछ और रहा हूँ और आ कुछ और रहा है।
ग्लूट्स हैमस्ट्रिंग डे पे ट्रेन करते हो या क्वाड्स डे पे?
हैमस्ट्री डे पे।
हैमस्ट्रिंग डे पे।
हाँ,
ग्लूट्स भी सो ग्लूट्स के लिए कौन सी एक्सरसाइजेस?
मैं तो हिप थ्रस्ट करता हूँ, मैं आपका एडेप्टर हो गया, बाकी सुमो स्क्वाट्स हो गया आपका, लंजेस हो गया, लंजेस में बेटर चेंज कर देता है, यानी बेंच पे हो गया आपका नॉर्मल वॉकिंग लंजेस हो गया, हैवी ड्यूटी लंजेस भी करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ अभी।
लाइक बल्गेरियन स्क्वाट्स बेसिकली, जो
यस यस यस।
बेंच के ऊपर करके रखते हैं। ओके। और राजा, लाइक व्हाट्स योर स्टाइल and focus
Me,
areas right now?
yeah, I have a training partner and he's my coach.
Okay.
But nutrition part, I take care of it.
Okay.
For now, and training, we used to discuss and we come up with some kind of a plan, because for me, everybody I think is aware of it that I have an injury and I
It's a
had
torn
a
chest.
surgery, pector. I had a left pectoral tear, and couple of surgeries has been done already.
Oh,
So
wow.
after that, I started after the surgery and after the recovery. So
Okay.
it's not always easier for me to train, because I have to have a special routine for me, because the load on a barbell or a dumbbell is not going to be the same for me. It will be unstable. The stability part of it is very, very hard for me, because one side I won't feel the same contraction. I don't have the same amount of pectoral fibers. So it will reflect on my triceps or my shoulders. So my left anterior delt is a kind of bigger than this side, because it takes all the load instead of the pec. So I'll have to form a routine where I'm not affecting it so much and I'm not compromising on the balance. And I'll have to form a routine. So I can't go heavy on chest. So I adapt a high volume rep range, like 5 or 6 sets of same workout, or I incorporate drop sets, supersets. Make sure I get that pump and the stimulation. But for lats and legs, heavy muscle group, I go heavy.
Okay.
Rather than squats, I prefer leg press, where I get a lot of stability. I don't injure my lower back. Better for me, and I pick variations whichever I feel like is the best for me, where I get the most mind muscle connection. And our training style usually incorporates a lot of drop sets, supersets, where
a high volume,
because of the injury I have to go with it, because another injury I can't sustain another injury and be able to like handle it. Another one is it will compromise my form and my stability, because it's not the same. So the load is not going to be the same on both sides. So I have to go for a high volume where I can handle the weight, I can control the weight, and still get that pump and the stimulation, where I'm safe and during prep I have to be very careful with my form and everything. So I don't really go heavy. Only
So do you train? So do you train to failure then, या फिर अपना
Yeah.
more? Okay, so all sets are to failure, but less rest time, so it's higher volume.
Yeah, maybe if I incorporate drop sets, that I take about 2 to 3 minutes of rest. Because since it's like a drop set or a superset, I will do like a 20-30 rep superset or 40 rep superset. Especially for shoulders, I incorporate like giant sets where I do like 15, 15, 12, 18, or like straight 60 reps or 50 reps or 60 reps. I take it to failure
Giant
like
sets
that.
used to be my favorite thing for shoulders. I used it for majority of my, I guess, since I started competing. Majority of my competing life, giant sets for like my thing for shoulders, especially.
Just with shoulders, that will work a lot better than going heavy. Going heavy only cost me troubles because it's uneven, and I feel some kind of damage or injury right away after going heavy with my anterior delt or rear delt, or it affects my lat training as well.
So
I
shoulders have more slow twitch fibers.
Yep.
So it does need more volume than
Volume.
जो मतलब बाकी जो body parts होते हैं उसमें थोड़ा सा कम you can like mix it up, but shoulder particularly दो reasons होते हैं. एक तो ये कि obviously there's more amount of slow twitch fibers, और दूसरा ये होता है कि shoulder is a very it's the most used joint in our like day to day as an athlete life. तो ऑलरेडी उस पर इतना स्ट्रेस पड़ता रहता है, वेयर एंड टेयर होता रहता है, दैट लास्ट थिंग यू रियली वांट is to make it like super heavy and keep rubbing and keep doing that wear and tear of that joint capsule all the time. So it's like it's always moving, right? And you're back on all that weight, it's not going to be able to withstand. And shoulder injury सबसे खराब injuries होती है. I'm pretty sure
if you fuck up your shoulder, that's it. Then you can't
all
do
of us
anything.
probably got shoulder injuries, right? I'm pretty
Yeah,
damn
even
so
even I
shoulder
have the
injury.
same point.
Deepak, have you had shoulder injury? Shoulder injury हुई है कभी?
No.
Good. That's good. He's the only one left, and that's a good thing. He's 36, and उसके बावजूद उसको कभी shoulder injury नहीं हुई है, which is very rare because सबसे repetitive जो मुझे injuries हुई हैं वो shoulder से ही related हुई है.
No, it has a lot to do with your recovery, your form, your training style when you started out.
Yeah.
That's when the damage usually occurs.
Yes.
We all did that mistake.
My first injury, I remember, was I think within months, 5 months or 6 months starting, and my first injury was brachialis, forearm का यहाँ पे pain. This one. This was my first. And वो इसलिए हुआ था because in the beginning, I mean, I didn't have anybody to teach me, तो मैं सिर्फ videos देख के अपना खुद ही सीखता रहता था. I was doing heavy curls, सीधा 25 pound पे 25 and then you're just like wrapping it and all of that. और सबसे पहले वो area गया. It took me 2011 से लेके, I think I fixed that thing in 2018. 7 years. Because it kept happening. थोड़ा सा वो कम हो जाता था. You'd recover and then I'm training again and then a year later I'll start having pain again. So my thing became that I could not do pull-ups for 6 years or 5 years. Because सबसे ज़्यादा pain was pull-ups. When you hold the bar, the most thing, this was the thing that was सबसे ज़्यादा वो होती थी. And
I
then
still have it.
you can do dumbbell curls for majority of the time or straight bar curls. Because every time it would just trigger it. मैं करूंगा 2 दिन के बाद I'll start having a little bit pain and I'm like it's not worth it.
मेरे साथ भी यही होता है इस पे. मेरे भी ओलंपिया के टाइम पे गोल्फ एल्बो हो गया था. उसके बाद मैं पुलअप्स नहीं कर सकता. पुलअप्स में मेरा वो एक्टिव हो जाता है पेन. स्ट्रेट बार करते ही मेरा एक्टिव हो जाता है पेन. तो मैं इसको अवॉइड कर देता हूँ. मैं करता ही नहीं इसको.
So what सब हुआ and then the only way I was able to fix it is one, like obviously get better in lifting, getting in understanding कि कौन से movements कर सकते हो, कौन से नहीं कर सकते, and how to take that out. And the other thing was like I really found a good chiropractor, and that took me 7 years to find a good one. तो मैं हर साल हर शहर different शहर में करता था. Obviously जब मैं graduate हो गया 3-4 साल के बाद, I was picking up different chiros and they were all just useless. They would just take the money and nothing was fixing it. And then I found finally somebody good that was able to tell me the exercises, and he was able to treat it regularly. Hafte mein 2 baar,
No,
3 baar.
the problem with the chiropractors, they all do the adjustments. You'll feel an instant relief, but after that, you don't train the muscles which are
Exercises
weak.
and ART, like active release therapy, बहुत सारे लोग कर रहे थे. But problem ये था कि जो chiropractors थे, जो मैं जिनको जा रहा था, they were only treating that area. So they would do ART here, they will do
That's
all
the
this.
problem.
But my thing started from the tendon that attaches the shoulder to the bicep. You have to treat this to treat that. क्योंकि दैट इज नॉट द रीजन वो पेन है, वो इसलिए है बिकॉज कोई चीज आपकी ज्यादा काम कर रही है, फॉर बाइसेप्स स्पेशली, एंड द बाइसेप मसल अटैचेस फ्रॉम योर शोल्डर टू योर हियर. सो दोनों ये जो वो हैं, दे आर बोथ टेंडन्स. सो अगर यहाँ पे थोड़ी इंजरी होगी, दिस विल ट्राई टू मेक अप फॉर इट, और यहाँ पे कुछ होएगा, so this will try to make.
No, whatever you're talking about is this one. This is where
Yeah.
your bicep
Yeah, the
inserts.
bicep. Yeah, this is the one. So now isme, I forgot what he used to call. So to do ART here, it's very painful. You would have to like put that thumb, and then they will like hold it. So release all the tension from here, and there's a nerve here too. So I'm sure Raja, you know, कि कभी-कभी यहाँ पे अगर if you press करते हो, you'll feel this, funny pain. Because
Electric
there's a
shock
nerve.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a proper nerve area, so it's very hard to treat that too, and you have to be consistent. But yahan se jab tension hategi, mine was like a ball. It was so tense, and all these years, 7 years, nobody treated this. And
So
I'm
you're talking about
training.
living in the West, and you're talking about finding a right chiropractor who could fix you, and we are living in India.
Now that's yes. Think, mujhe yahan pe 7 saal lag gaye.
I have so many injuries and I'm yet to find one. Like I really want to have a good chiro to help me with
It'll make
dealing
a
with my
big
injuries,
difference.
but it's very, very hard. Another factor is I have another ganglion cyst in my wrist.
Hmm.
So exactly at my wrist, half the time I won't feel the weight in this hand because of the cyst. It acts up and I can't feel the load on this. My grip strength is bad with comparatively to the other arm. So it's always uneven. The mind muscle connection goes off with my lat and everything. So it's not even always. A little bit of demotivating factor for you when you want to go heavy train. But for my lat training and quads, I always go heavy. I feel like there are the rowing, all those rows, you got to go heavy to build solid muscle. And then the lat push downs and other factor were like single arm rowing, all those stuff you can go for the mind muscle connection and go for higher volume. So that's how I train.
Training heavy for the rows is one thing, and training heavy with the perfect mind connection is where the difference is. सबसे ज़्यादा problem यही होती है कि I also started, and I genetically have a very good strength in my pull movements. So I think in 2 साल के अंदर I was deadlifting 4 plates each side, no problem, like 6 reps, 8 reps, didn't matter. And I've never had back issues, and I was squatting 2.5 plates. So my legs and my back were always faster, just strength wise. Now, looking back, even though I'm deadlifting those 4 plates back then, and I can still do that now, there's a big difference in how I'm stimulating. मेरी muscle है जो होनी चाहिए, erectors है, वो lat हुए, like am I actually like stimulate कर रहा हूँ कि नहीं कर रहा? Back then, it was just taking weight from point A to point B. And yes, deadlift is one of the hardest like exercises in the sense that you still need strength and you still need muscles to work. Otherwise, you're just gonna get injured, right? But still, I think that heavy rows, I was very good at barbell rows. That was my favorite exercise for a year.
Mine.
जो T-bar rows हैं वो मेरी बहुत favorite exercise थी. Both T-bar and barbell rows को करने के लिए, yes, I'm going very heavy, and that's probably because a lot of other muscles are working that are using that load. But I wasn't doing it the perfect way to stimulate the exact muscle. And I'm
What
sure
I do with my routine, because since it's always like a high volume, I go with medium weights where I can handle. I don't go much. For rows, I go up to 2 plates or 3 plates, which is like 40 kgs or 50 kgs. Max I could go on each side. So it's like 80 or 100 kg rows. If I'm starting off with a row, I go heavy. Since it's the first workout, I'll have the strength to go. But the next week, the next session, what I'll do is I'll put that rowing at the end where I'm already my muscle is already fatigued with all the other movements. So I don't have to go heavy to feel the same stimulation. So
See,
those,
for you guys, I think all of you train pretty much up to like what I heard. Deepak Abhi voice training style, almost like all of three of you have a very similar high volume, old school, 8 to 12 to 15 rep range, usually 10 to 15 rep range training style with 5 days, apna mostly like regular body parts and one extra day for jo bhi apna body part ko you want to like emphasize. Now, I did that from 2011 to 2022, 23, maybe 23. So that's I did that for 11 years. Same thing. What you guys are
yeah,
doing.
that's why I get where you're going. We don't add the size. We look more condition, hardness, everything's coming up for us. But the new muscle
Lack in
fiber,
size.
adding new muscle fiber is very hard with this kind of training. What I felt.
No, you can
Because,
add. This is where the reason मैं जो जाना चाहता हूँ, what I'm trying to say is like
चलो
genetically
नीचे
every person will respond the best to एक किसी scientific. So there is science, right? High volume training, high intensity training, low volume training. It's different styles बने हैं. Then there is one that twice a day training. There's so many different ways. German volume training. All these fads that came up. Now what हर एक के लिए अलग-अलग चीजें is best for their bodies. Now, yes, there are some things that are the best. Now, do I think the best training style is high volume, yeah, high intensity? I don't know because Jay Cutler did heavy volume his entire life and he was able to beat Ronnie Coleman. And Dorian Yates used to do low intensity, low work like time, and he was able to still be Mr. Olympia. And he's one of the best physiques जो आज तक हमने कभी भी stage पे देखी है. Then there is a guy like Ronnie Coleman and Branch Warren. They used to train just heavy, and they used to just train 6 times a week. It doesn't matter. They didn't need a lot of rest days to recover. Now Dorian Yates needed 3 rest days a week to recover. So you have all of this information. This is old information. Nowadays, there's like all information over here. So the way I like to do it is, yes, we all have goals of looking a certain way, apni ranking and winning shows and all of that. But for one of the things that I really enjoy about bodybuilding, which jab main aaya tha, was the fact that I can try so many things and I can always try new things, and it'll always be like a new sport. It's like cricket वगैरह आप खेलो, जब मैं like cricket when I used to play, उसमें bowling के 2-3 तरीके, in swing, out swing, fast bowler. You can only learn so much, right? Batting में you only have so many shots. You can just practice and get better, yes, but है तो उतना ही. But in bodybuilding, there are so many ways of doing new things. New diet होगी, new recovery style हो गया, new stretches हो गए, new training style होगी, new rep range होगी. So you're always learning, and I enjoy that the most. So for me, what I've recently started doing is, yes, I've started training very low reps, and Deepak trained with me last time. I do low reps and I do low volume, and पिछले एक साल में I have not had any injury. अभी recently मुझे थोड़ा सा shoulder issue हुआ था, and this is like I'm still dealing with it a little bit क्योंकि this is not rotator cuff but capsulitis जो मुझे कभी नहीं हुआ. But that was to do with some wear and tear of the joint capsule that started from the back and then come to the forward. अब मैं अभी भी recover कर रहा हूँ, takes time. But up that just started. Other than that, मेरे को कोई injury नहीं हुई. Which when I used to do high volume, I used to get back injury, like QL got injured heavy, and I was still doing high volume. My shoulder, my brachialis, what else? Like sometimes my knees, all of these. Now I don't have pain in any kind of muscle because my volume is less and I'm getting more recovery. But
yes.
जो मैं sets करता हूँ, जो 1 or 2 sets, I only do 1 set या 2 set per exercise. Usually like 1 set per exercise, and a lot of the times I'll do 2, a main set and then a back off set. Reps are 6 to 8. And then I'll do a higher rep range workout as well, which will be 20 reps. So I don't do anything between 12 to 18. I only do less than 10, less than 8, and I do more than 18. And I split that up. So when I do higher reps, I do higher volume. When I do the lower reps, I do low volume. So I'm able to use both. And when I low volume start kiya, scientifically, yes, I was doing better, and I do feel like I have a better mind muscle connection, but I wasn't enjoying as much. It's great. I like heavy lifting. I've always been like a guy that likes heavy lifting, but that style wasn't like fun. So what I did is I like थोड़ा सा मैंने एक अपना खुद का style in the sense बना लिया कि I want to do both. Now there are days that I like that progressive overload, seeing the numbers go up. But then there are days where I just go in and slam the weights and do 4 sets, 5 sets per exercise and just pump and just get those muscles like really working. And I like that intensity of supersets, okay, you know, whatever you guys like do, like the higher volume drop sets, supersets. But on the other day, I don't do any of that. It's straight up 6 reps, and then maybe I'll do rest pause if I don't have a spotter. If I have a spotter, then I'll just do force rep. 1 set, force rep, perfect form, done.
So what I have understood is, you know, like everybody has a similar story. Like we all have tried. Every other guy who has an experience or who's a professional or any guy, amateur guy, maybe he's training for 5 or 6 years, he would have experienced every other type of workout training we were talking about. You would have tried high volume, low volume. At the end, no, if you don't like it, you can't stick to the plan. You try it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If you're not feeling good about the workout, if you're not feeling good about, because at the end we are all addicts for that environment, for the surrounding, for the gym and everything. So how you feel
want
about
both.
it? What?
You want science and you want enjoyment.
No, at the end, no, you are good. You have to feel good about yourself after a workout. So if you're not feeling it, you're going to think, oh, this is not it. This is not it. You're going to get confused and go back to the same old training and try again. Even if you see results with the other training which you tried, but maybe if you're not liking it, the point of you continuing it is very, in my opinion, my experience, whatever I've seen, I don't think people stick to the plan which gives them workout. They pick the plan
So
where
here's a
they feel.
question. Let's say like I give you a different training style and I tell you that you have to do this and you'll get much more size and you know, you'll be able to gain more muscle mass, but it's boring. And
Yeah,
you just
what I,
like, so will you do that? Yeah, for you'll say like I'll just take more time, but I'd rather enjoy and take more time than not enjoy my workout but take less time.
for me, I will say I will enjoy my workout and take my time. And one more thing is because no matter what you say, I'll have to believe in it. If I'll have to believe
No,
that
this is what I'm saying. Like this is, you know, this will happen. You've understood. You've done both ways, and now you know this will work better, and it'll get you to your goal of muscle growth faster. But it's not enjoyable as much.
No, I'm in this game for
You
because
enjoy.
of that love for the enjoy. I feel the good sensation or the good hormones that kicking in and competing.
Okay,
That
Dilip,
is also a
what
part of
about
it.
you? If I give you a way that you don't enjoy, but you gain muscle faster, and what do you choose? Oh, we can't hear you. Yeah. Oh, can't hear you.
I think to charge your.
Maybe it's the AirPods.
Yeah. It's not fun. If it's not fun, then it will be like a work or a stress factor for us to
That's what I
even
want
show
to
up
see.
to the gym.
Dilip. Oh yeah, Deepak, you tell me while he's getting his thing sorted. तो अगर enjoy जो भी वर्कआउट करते हो, you enjoy अपना वर्कआउट करते हो, अगर वर्कआउट enjoy करने को नहीं मिले और मैं बोलूं कि you know कोई एक नया ट्रेनिंग स्टाइल है जिसमें हो सकता है आपको 40 रैप करने हो या फिर हो सकता है आपको सिर्फ 2 रैप करके करने हैं और you're not enjoying, ज्यादा enjoy नहीं आ रहा, बट दिमाग में इतना पता है कि हाँ मैं इतना enjoy नहीं कर रहा, बट मुझे इससे डबल या ट्रिपल रेट पे मसल ग्रोथ होएगी जो मुझे चाहिए. Will you pick that?
Your typical example is like if Hani Rambod is coaching you, is staying with you, training you.
But you're not enjoying it. Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Forget कि Hani Rambod is there. Like you know कि ये तरीके से ज्यादा मसल मिलेगी, बट इससे एंजॉयमेंट नहीं है. जो अभी ऐसा अच्छा लगता है, 12 रैप कर लिया, हाई वॉल्यूम कर लिया, वो फील नहीं आएगी. What will you do?
मैं तो वही चुनूंगा जिससे मुझे एंजॉय, क्योंकि मेरी मसल को एंजॉय मिलना चाहिए. अगर मैं 40 रैप करके मेरी अंदर से 50% एंजॉय हो रहा है, मेरे को 50% ही मजा आ रहा है उसको, तो यूज है, खराब है मेरे लिए. अगर मैं अपने 12 रैप करके मैं 100% सेटिस्फाइड हूँ, तो मेरे लिए 12 रैप ही अच्छे हैं.
Okay. So Dilip, you tell me now. Can't hear. I don't think it's working. It's like not working. Just take the headphones off. Just use the phone. Just regular mic.
But what did he say? I didn't understand his answer. Deepak's answer.
He said the same thing as you.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'll be mute. Dilip, I can see the mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's audible now.
Yeah, good. So now, okay, so what's your answer?
I would go with the plan which you are like giving me, because I
Like
want to
that'll
see the
get you
progress
faster.
first of
So
all.
you'll go for
Yes,
something that gives you faster results, but is not as
not
enjoyable.
faster results in the sense like I would like to learn things first,
Okay. No,
because
it's a simple question. No, this is a simple question. There's one way that gets you faster to muscle growth, but it's not enjoyable. Okay.
if
And
it's
there's
not
the
enjoying means
other way.
obviously I shouldn't go with the one which you are giving, because each and every day, like when you work out, no, that
Hmm,
seems like you have to enjoy every rep, every count. It
hmm,
does matter, right?
hmm.
So there is
Also,
no point in like making the muscle grow
mentally
faster.
satisfied नहीं है तो body react ही नहीं
You are
करेगी
never
जब
so
satisfied with it,
let
because
me also
No,
add
wholeheartedly
no,
you have
body
to get
react.
satisfied.
The body will react. That's the question. Like you know that's a better way. It's a better way, but it's just not enjoyable.
No, I'll go with like the thing which I used to do, because I
Okay.
want to enjoy the moment, because even I know where I had to improve, so I'll use my ideas to like enjoy the workout. But whereas if you're like giving me the thing which give me like faster results, that is boring. Definitely, I will not go with that one.
See, my answer is the opposite of all three of you.
no.
My thing
Oh,
I'll
you
is,
will
add one
go
point.
with
I'll tell you
Very
why.
simple
My
to
thing
say.
is what? Whatever the fucking thing takes. If you
I
ask
know
me कि
you're
मेरे
about
को
to say.
सब कुछ छोड़ के मेरे को सन्यासी बनना है and I hate that and I will have nothing, I'm fine.
But I
Because my
wanted
thing
one
is, yeah,
point to
listen,
I
Dilip, why?
wanted
I'll
to
tell you
add
why.
one point
No,
in it.
I'll tell you why. Because in my mind, I'm gonna think this way. 3 साल 4 साल में भी 5 साल मैं एंजॉय नहीं करूंगा नहीं वर्कआउट्स बेकार है मेरे को लग रहा है क्या यार इट्स लाइक अ जॉब एंड इट्स लाइक यस लाइक आई गेट दैट बट आई एम गेटिंग 2 times the result muscle grow हो रही है ना that's the whole point you're getting bigger and I want to get bigger and
Yes.
if it's just a simple thing मेरी हेल्थ पे नेगेटिव इफेक्ट नहीं हो रहा मेरा माइंडसेट पे और सिर्फ मेरा मेंटली हो रहा है हेल्थ पे तो नहीं हो रहा नेगेटिव इफेक्ट सो मेरे लिए ये है कि 3-4 साल ही तो करना है उसके बाद तो वैसे भी रिटायर करना है आई एंजॉय रिटायरमेंट के बाद पंप वर्कआउट कर लूंगा मैं या जो whichever workout I need that I enjoy I can do after my competitive career but competitive career मेरा इतना है and
Yes, if you have the short time, you
as
have
long as it
to
doesn't affect me
implement all the
negatively
things.
हाँ as long as मेरे negatively मुझे affect नहीं कर रही ये चीज health पे I will do whatever it takes I'll eat a brick. I'll eat cement if I have to. If it doesn't do anything wrong and I don't enjoy my food, I don't care. It does not matter.
Okay,
Because
in
बहुत छोटा
that
है ना.
case,
My career is like 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 7 years. उसके बाद rest of the life तो पड़ी है ना enjoy करने के लिए.
Smart
okay, in
answer.
that case, okay, you finish.
लेकिन अगर हम किसी चीज से खुशी नहीं हो रहे चलो आपने बोला कि मैं उस चीज से
खुशी
खुश हूं।
प्रोसेस से नहीं हो रहे बट रिजल्ट मैं जब जीतूंगा मुझे खुशी होगी ना बट मैं जीतूंगा 1 साल
वो
के
तो
बाद
वो तो खुशी तो होगी जीतने पे क्यों नहीं होगी वो तो
No,
खुशी
I wanted to add one point in it, like before finishing, like the previous conversation we had, no, like I used to say. But when you have to come out of the comfort zone, right? If you have to grow. I wanted to add that
कंफर्ट जोन से
point.
निकलना बहुत जरूरी है अगर आगे बढ़ना है लाइफ में तो
So, with us, no,
Because
like
मेरा
what you are
माइंडसेट
saying is
सिर्फ
also
इसलिए
right.
काम करेगा ना मैं अपने आप को ये समझा दूंगा कि यस 5 साल
ये
तक
करने से
मैं मेरी लाइफ एंजॉयबल ही नहीं एंजॉय लाइफ फॉरगेट लाइफ मेरा वर्कआउट्स एंजॉयबल नहीं है एंड यस इट सक्स बिकॉज इट्स द होल पॉइंट इज टू एंजॉय योर ट्रेनिंग बट अगर मुझे कोई तरीका इफ इट्स सम अदर वे और अदर ट्रेनिंग स्टाइल जो मुझे बेटर कर रही है देन द अदर स्टाइल व्हाई विल आई अवॉइड दैट because my pro thing is I don't care about enjoying as much as I care about progressing faster and better because
No.
मेरा गोल है लोगों को बीट करना
So this
मेरा
is
गोल है to get to this end line finish line which is my goal अगर उस finish line का अगर मैं कोई चीज जल्दी पहुंचा रही है why will I not take that then to choose that yes enjoyable these hormones or the brain chemicals endorphins and all of that yes I'll get all of that or 10 times ज़्यादा the day that I win and if my winning time अगर मेरे को जो चीज 2 साल लगती अगर वो मुझे 1 साल लग रही है तो I will choose that ना 1 साल में वो enjoyment मिलेगी ना नहीं तो मुझे 2 साल वेट करना पड़ेगा वो सेम लेवल की जो विनिंग वाली जो endorphins है
yeah, you have worked with multiple trainers or multiple coaches. So you will have an idea of like a different strategy to work with and different plans. You would have followed a different plans, but for me, I train myself, I coach myself for the majority of my time, majority of my career. So I'm very confident that I know my body well than any other person in this entire world. So I can understand. I bring in the best conditioning when it comes to prep or everything and train without any injury. So for me, when my body wants to say something, I can very well understand whatever it is. So if I'm going to adapt another style and follow that, and if I get injured,
No, but
my
these
career is
factors are
done.
not there. In this
Hmm?
question, ये बहुत simple question था. These factors are not there. It's a simple question. These injuries are not there. There is no. I'm not saying you're gonna get more injured by that. I'm not saying that one way will get you more injured. Yeah,
ये
on
होता है ना कि
it's
everything is fair in
सिर्फ
love and
एक
war.
तरीका ज्यादा enjoyable है, and you'll have more fun every
Like he
day.
meant
But
to
you'll
say
have more
Enjoyable,
that you
fun
yeah.
have to
every
come
day.
out of the
See,
comfort zone
enjoyable.
and
What
train.
we mean by enjoyable is whatever I'm following is not enjoyable. Doing 60 reps for a workout is not going to make me happy while doing that workout. I'm going to feel like, oh my god, I have to do this again. Oh my god, there is another set. I have to do it. But
Yes.
still, you gotta
Oh
do
my
it.
God, I have to do this on a set. But yes, I will do this because
I will
this will
do it.
make me get to the
Of
goal
course, that's my
faster.
training style. Whatever I'm doing right now, whatever I said I will be doing, it's the
Huh.
same thing. I'm next day, next set, I'm going to be scared of like, oh my
I'll give
god,
you an example.
super
Let me make
scary.
it easier. जो sport होता है, forget bodybuilding. Let's take like basketball for example, right? Like you're an athlete in basketball and आपको NBA में draft होना है, and to do that now you are hired a different coach who has completely changed your style. जो भी ट्रेनिंग का तरीका था, जो बास्केटबॉल
चाय
खेलने में
पीट
अच्छा
भी
लगता
नहीं
था,
करूंगा
they changed you from left hand to right hand. You dribble with your right hand because that's enjoyable. It's you're righty, but he says no. Your balancing is off, and I want you to start learning from left hand because
That you have to
that is
follow
how you're
and
gonna get.
adapt. No, you have to follow and adapt to it and try it out
But
for.
it's not enjoyable. How are
See,
you telling me कि तुमने 10 your whole life you've done something that you enjoy, and now they're telling you which is so uncomfortable. Like think about it. You are changing your whole like style, and you're changing अपना जो खेलने का तरीका है and training. जो भी drills होती थी सब कुछ change हो गया, and you don't enjoy this. ये नई नई चीज है. You suck at it. You don't have the
see,
endurance. What are you gonna do?
whatever we are talking about is like whatever I meant is for the initial phase where you're starting out, trying out. But for competitive purposes, if you're a professional athlete, then you'll have to adapt to it. Then you'll have to like make sure like
No, so
you're at the
that's what my
best
question
plan.
was. That only, na competitively. So that what I was saying, there was a competitive only in your current life. If what is more important, the day to day enjoying to get to your goal and taking a little bit longer time, या फिर taking less time, not enjoying your day to day life, but getting to your goal faster.
Yeah, in I answered for my personal
Yeah, I
life.
get it. What I'm trying to say is like मैं सिर्फ
Yeah,
question को थोड़ा और explain कर रहा हूँ ताकि जो लोग ये सुन रहे हैं they can do their own assessment. क्योंकि main
yeah.
reason for this is कि everybody should have this assessment, and which is why we're talking about the training styles, because मैंने भी जो there are some things that I don't enjoy in a training style. I don't know yet. I'm finding it out. It's my experiment that I'm doing this off season. कि will that get me better results? We'll see. जब मैं next time जब मैं prep करूंगा, will this style, which is not as enjoyable as what I've done in the past, will that get me best results? If it does, I will continue this for the rest of my life, like competing life. अगर नहीं होता है, then maybe I have to find like maybe something new, या फिर maybe I'll do what I was doing older जिससे मुझे results मिल रहे थे, just slower.
Yeah, it's not about whatever you're following won't fetch you any results. You'll still be improving with whatever you have because you are a professional athlete
Yes, just
already.
slower, as I said, slower.
Yeah, a little bit slower, but then you will reach where you want to reach with the proper mindset. Because if this is not there, you won't even be able to continue your journey in this field. So you will have to. That's why I started off saying you have to believe in it in the first place. You have to believe in that coach or whatever he's saying. When your mindset is right, then you will be able to like your body will respond accordingly. But if you're hesitating or like if you're thinking about it again or if you have doubts with the coach or the plan or whatever you're following, it's not going to take you anywhere. No matter how good the plan is, it can be the best plan, it can be the Mr. Olympia's plan, but still it's not going to get you anywhere if you don't believe in it, if you don't follow it with the proper mindset.
There's this another question that I had, which is काफी ज्यादा इंडिया में लोग ये चीज बिलीव करते हैं कि हाई प्रोटीन अगर आप लोगे diets, your kidneys are going to get affected. एंड बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो ये सोचते हैं कि यूरिया या यूरिक एसिड, एंड डॉक्टर्स भी इंडिया में यही बोलते हैं कि आपको नहीं खाना चाहिए इतना प्रोटीन. मैंने आई हैव सम क्लाइंट्स जो जिनको मैंने ब्लड टेस्ट के लिए भेजा, और ब्लड टेस्ट में उनका क्रिएटिनिन रिपोर्ट वाज हायर, एंड नाउ द डॉक्टर स्ट्रेट अप लुक्स एट इट एंड सेज कि आप प्रोटीन ज्यादा खाते हो इसलिए आपका ये हाई है, आपको ये नहीं खाना चाहिए, एंड आप अपना लो डाइट कर लो, प्रोटीन खाओ. तो उनके माइंडसेट में ये हो जाता है कि it's too much, we don't want to eat too much protein, so they'll just eat less protein, which is cheaper, and they'll try to build a body. Now these are like new beginners, new people. My thing is, what is your opinion on, is high protein good? And we are talking high protein, we can, let's say like high protein can mean like 4 times your weight in kgs, or it could be 6 times your weight in kgs. So for a 100 kg guy, is it 3 to 6 times, like 300 gram to 500 gram, let's say 500 gram for a 100 kg guy?
Typical.
So is that like, what do you think? Because I'm going to pull up a study here to show people what it actually means. Because अगर आप ये चीज Google में टाइप करोगे, Google में सबसे पहली चीज आएगी, high protein diet can affect your kidneys. That's what Google is going to show if you write अपने Google search engine में.
In my opinion, if the guy or the person whoever you're talking about has a genetic disorder already has a genetic disorder, then you will have to be a little careful about your protein consumption. Apart from that, high protein diet is not going to affect you anyway. It's not going to affect your kidneys. Just because taking high protein will not affect your kidneys, is my opinion. You
What do
have
you think,
to other
Deepak?
factors.
Have you had this in your past in Delhi? Because Delhi में मुझे पता है थोड़ा सा, दिल्ली के ही ज्यादातर क्लाइंट्स को मेरे को ये चीज सुनी है मैंने. I know it's probably a little different in the south, but in Delhi, what's your opinion, Deepak? ऐसा लोग बोलते हैं जब जिम में आते हैं या बात करते हैं?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, ये बोलते ऑलमोस्ट लोगों के दिमाग में यही रहता है कि हम ज़्यादा प्रोटीन खा लेंगे तो हमें ये हो जाएगा, हमारे लीवर खराब हो जाएगा, हमारे को किडनी में कोई दिक्कत हो जाएगी. उनके सबसे ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन यही रहते हैं. लेकिन हर किसी का बॉडी टाइप भी अलग है कि मेरी बॉडी को इतना प्रोटीन मेरी बॉडी के अकॉर्डिंग कितना अब्जॉर्ब कर पा रही है, हाइट के अकॉर्डिंग उसकी बॉडी नहीं कर पा रही. तो मैं पहले कहता हूँ, पहले आप चेक करा लो अपनी रिपोर्ट्स, जो भी आपको कराना चाहिए, उसके बाद ही आप उसी प्रोटीन इंटेक पे जाना. क्योंकि आप ना समझा नहीं सकते इंडिया के लोगों को, ना कितना भी समझा लो आप, उनको जाना ही वही है जहाँ आप नहीं बोलोगे वहीं जाते हैं. तो मैं पहले कहता हूँ टेस्ट कराओ इस चीज का कि आपको कितना प्रोटीन कंज्यूम करना चाहिए, उस अकॉर्डिंग ही मैं उसको सजेस्ट करता हूँ फिर.
Yeah, because like this is like doing like study. इसलिए मैंने बोला like if you write it on here, like let me show this on.
No, the thing about doctors, most doctors, since I'm also from a medical background, I very well know that they're not trained with nutritional advisors. They don't really learn a lot about nutrition.
Very true. Seriously.
Like if you write this on Google, the first thing will start showing up is like high protein diet and kidney problems. High protein diet here. High protein diet can contribute to kidneys losing their protein. Now all of this stuff, like they're adding all of this like random articles which are like not full articles. Now, like YouTube, they'll make all these videos. But what I want to show here is, agar aap real research papers pe jaoge and real articles dekhoge, you see like real articles. इसमें एक मैंने articles. Now the reason I'm pulling this up is because इस article के अंदर Lane Norton is a doctor. He has a PhD and he's into fitness. इसके अगर article के नीचे जाओगे सबसे ज़्यादा, you'll see the references of all the studies. And ये जो आप articles हैं, you can find it on Wikipedia, you can find it on like, you can go Google it and you'll find all these actual articles जो कि research studies करी हैं universities वगैरह में, what year and what not. So always look at the random articles पढ़ने के बाद, you should always look at the references and check them. That's one thing जो मैं चाहता हूँ लोग सीखें, at least जो ये वीडियो देख रहे हैं. दूसरी चीज, if you really see the article, you'll see that the studies concluded that low protein, like not only does low protein, it does where is it? High protein intake is very tenuous. How a study examining bodybuilders with protein intake versus well-trained athletes had revealed no significant differences in kidney function. And literature on protein intake and renal function concluded there is no reason to restrict protein in healthy individuals. So you can see like these studies and you can see the references kahan se unhone liye. Koi effect liver pe nahi hota, koi effect bone pe nahi hota, heart disease mein koi aisa nahi hota, study ne jisne dikhaya hai. Diabetes and weight loss mein koi cheez nahi hai. It actually helps. Superior high protein low carb diet is superior to high carb diet for people that have diabetes and weight loss. Now this is a good topic क्योंकि मैं ये इसलिए बताना चाहता हूँ because इंडिया में डायबिटीज कई लोगों को होती है and one commonality thing is and because parents को होती है उनके जो बच्चे होंगे उनके अंदर genetically predisposition होगा to get diabetes. And diabetes in India, हम लोग vegetarian diets follow करते हैं. We don't eat non-veg on a daily basis. So our protein intake is always lower. Yes, we can have milk and lentils, dal, and all these things, but उसमें carbs ज़्यादा होते हैं. So you're still on a daily basis, your carb intake will always be a lot more than your protein for normal people. And that, if you have diabetes, is already a bad thing. It's already going to restrict you. So switching to a high protein diet, even if you don't train अपने gym वगैरह में, will only benefit you, not the other way. And ये चीज एक चीज है कि higher protein, there are bodybuilders like Milos Sarkev. He used to do a high protein diet and he does it to all his clients. And his high protein diet consumption is I think he was like 250 or maybe 235, 240 pounds on stage, or maybe a little bit less. But he used to eat 500 grams of protein a day.
I watched interviews at 450 to 500 grams of protein.
And he does it to Samson, and he does it to all his clients that they had, and they are eating 500 grams, 600 grams of protein a day, and these guys are 250 pounds. So they're, even if you're a 200-pound guy and you're eating 500 grams of protein, that's 2.5 times your weight in pounds. So that's 5 times your weight in kg. I don't think India में कोई भी अगर चीज सुनेगा तो उसको पूरी जनता, पूरे सारे लोग उसके ऊपर चढ़ जाएंगे कि आपने हमें, ये तो गलत है, ये तो बहुत हाई प्रोटीन है, आपको ये हो जाएगा, किडनी लिवर आपका फेल हो जाएगा, यू गोना हैव सो मेनी इश्यूज एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. बट ही इज बीन लिविंग, he has all these clients that are living, and I don't think there is no evidence that suggests कि because उनकी protein diet इतनी high थी इसलिए उनके kidneys fail हो गई. I don't think I know of any bodybuilder that has had high protein intake.
And in India, that's not possible because finding high protein diets are very rare in India, no matter what. Like,
no, I'm talking about bodybuilders, right? Like people just have this thing. वो अपने parents, mom से बात करेंगे, अपने uncle से बात करेंगे, trainer से बात करेंगे, and trainers will be like, "Oh, तुमको इतने protein की, you don't need this much protein. You just need this. You only need 2 times, or you need only 2.5 times." It's like that's the minimum amount. I agree. One जो एक standard rule है, 2.5 times your weight, or 3 times your weight in kg. Standard rule है, but that's the minimum, ideal minimum. You can always go higher.
No, it's about how much your gut can handle and your digestion can improve. That's how much protein you can take.
You can,
and you will respond in a better way.
See, जब शुरू में first time जब नए होते हो ना, शुरू में एकदम से आपकी जब protein diet high होती है, it takes time for your stomach and your body to get used to it. तो अगर वही चीज है body builders, अगर हम लोग 300 gram protein खा रहे हैं per day, और हमें कोई, let's say कि we want to try, we find a new coach that tells us to have 400 grams, it's going to take time for the body to adjust.
No, it's because of the nitrogen oxide retention. Okay, that causes stress. That is a theory they put through.
Yes,
it causes stress to your kidneys from the excretion process. Yeah, yes. Protein is a complex structure when it comes to the when you study in depth. It is a complex structure, and that's why it gives us the fullness for the when we eat it. It gets time to be digested.
Yes,
and it has it also affects the kidney. In case of excretion, a little bit more than the carbohydrates or other sources of nutrition. Protein is a little bit hard to digest. That's it.
Yes.
But why doctors take the safer route is because if the patient has already a weak kidney, is an affected kidney, or there is some issue going on with the kidney, they don't want to risk it. That's why they're like, okay, safe option is like, don't take more protein. Make sure your kidney is well rested so that it recovers and you don't make it worse and get into a dialysis condition. Still, you can still eat 1 gram per pound. If he weighs 80 kg, you can still safely handle 80 gram or 100 grams easier. You don't have to load too much on only those cases, and where if you have a genetic predisposition to a genetic condition in the runs in the family, and it affects you, and there is visible symptom and proof.
That's the
Only
only
those two
reason you need
cases.
to avoid the high protein diet. If you have a genetic predisposition, and that does not have anything to do with the high protein diet, but because you already have your kidneys functioning less, it might place higher stress.
So you're avoiding the cause. That's why
better to avoid it because there is a reason.
Preventive side.
But there's no 100% chance for that either. वो तो तभी पता चलेगा when you take that risk. But if it's better to avoid that risk, is what you're saying. Yes. Preventive. So ये चीज मैं I wanted to make sure कि we cover on this because ये काफी चीज लोग बोलते हैं. Now other thing is like there's this fun question जो मैं it's just like something that I've been wondering. If you had to fight a bear and you a choice मिले bear को fight करने की और crocodile को fight करने की, दोनों में मरना है, दोनों में मरोगे, right? But which one would you pick as a way of dying or fighting because you're fighting? अच्छा, the rule is that bear जो है वो land पे है and crocodile you're in water, like you're in the water, and water भी मतलब deep है, मतलब you have to swim, ठीक है, and then you have to fight the crocodile. What would you choose, Dilip?
Why me first?
Oh, you're like the order है ना, एक order follow कर रहा हूँ मैं.
I would rather pick a fight with bear.
On land, bear. You're fighting
on land because
full-grown bear.
Yeah, full-grown bear because that's in land. Because I'm also like.
Sam, we're talking about another bear.
Not the that bear.
Animal bear.
We're not talking about beer.
Not that beer.
We're talking about bear.
Because bear. I used to survive on land, so I know how to handle things on land.
You think you'll be able to handle a bear?
I'm not able to like handle. Maybe I can able to escape from it. No,
no, you can't.
Or it's a lot more.
Are you to fight? No. I want to like talk about this. So, Dilip, अगर तुम्हारे सामने एक bear है और वो full mood में fight करने के, you are telling me कि you will be able to escape from a bear.
At least I can try that in land rather than stucking inside the water.
You know what's gonna happen, right? I'm talking about fighting because at least like if you try to run,
definitely it's a fight. No, I'll tell you, definitely it's a fight. So I would rather choose an crocodile.
Okay, so you choose crocodile.
Part 2.
Yes.
So crocodile also like it's in water. You know how fast they go.
It's in water. Maybe I can able to hold its mouth. Maybe I can see. I seen many Hollywood movies. Maybe I can try something mouth? In that.
Do you know the strength of that jaw?
I know it, but still I can able to like think of it. No, like we can like I see many Hollywood movies.
Raja and Deepak ke jao mujhe reasons बताएं how they'll beat the crocodile or how they'll escape. I'll make it simple for you. You can't survive. You are dying. 110%. दोनों तरीकों में. You are dead. Which way are you choosing to die?
Definitely with the bear. Okay. Because stay face to face. Because
at least still
die. Because in land I can able to like fight with it.
Why bear? Why do you want to die by bear?
Because I think I'm superior in land rather than water.
No, it's cool to say that I fought with the bear and then I died.
Rather than instead they will say like this guy doesn't know swimming and he is not able to fight the crocodile and died in the water.
Okay. So Deepak, what's your analogy? क्या आंसर है?
Whose answer?
Deepak.
बेरी मैं तो बेरी कहूँगा क्योंकि मेरे को तैरना नहीं आता, पहली मर जाऊंगा उससे तो मैं.
अच्छा है ना अगर डूब के मरोगे तो प्रॉब्ली कम दर्द होएगा.
तो ऐसे से मरने से अच्छा एक बार थोड़ा जान तो लगा के मरूं.
इससे पहले कि मैं राजा पे जाऊं, मुझे उसका आंसर नहीं पता. राजा, व्हाट्स योर आंसर? फिर मैं एक्सप्लेनेशन बाद में पूछूंगा.
What did he answer?
He answered bear.
And reason?
Bear.
He just said that he likes land. Usko land, he likes
because
the land.
He can't swim. Simply he can't swim, Raja.
And then he said he can't swim. He said he can't swim.
phobia भी है तो
So
फोबिया
I
भी है
really
मुझे
don't
पानी से
like
ना.
this idea of like dying in the first place. Why did you come up with something which involves dying in the first place?
Fun, nah. That's the thing. That's the whole point. It's like that's the thing.
I don't want to die, man.
No, I'm giving you a choice. Who do you want to fight? I'm
Like
not
you
saying
can select
you
either one
are
of
gonna
it.
die, but you're also getting the ability to fight. One of them.
Choose करना है दिलीप.
It's like
हाँ.
this thing. So I gotta pick. I definitely don't want to die, like I said. So I'm gonna assess the condition and pick one which is bear or crocodile. You're saying like maybe crocodile.
Okay.
Since those guys went with the bear.
Why? So first, let's go to Deepak, right? So Deepak, swimming से अगर डूब के मरोगे by drowning, वो better है.
मेरे को फोबिया भी है ना पानी से, क्योंकि मैं उसमें मुझे पता तड़प तड़प के मरूंगा मैं.
अब now I'll give you some information. Now I'll give थोड़ा सा मैं information देता हूँ, because I don't think कि either of you actually like know or have watched animal, like मैं बचपन में बहुत animal kingdom and animal discovery channel and all of these things I used to watch, right? So इसमें एक concept है bear कि अगर हाथ मरोगे, you know, when bear kills a prey, he does not kill a prey instantly. What he will do, what it will do is आपका पहले वो आर्म खाएगा और फिर वो धीरे धीरे आपका दूसरा रिस्ट खाएगा, फिर वो आपका लेग खाएगा और फिर आप वहीं पे पड़े रहोगे और वो एक एक करके वो आपको मारेगा नहीं. You will be alive and he's going to eat you one by one of all, and he's going to eat you like that. Okay. Crocodile, how he likes to kill is he has a big mouth and those are very sharp teeth, and जो भी उसको part मिलेगा to kind of like get it, he's gonna like पूरा जो भी है, हो सकता है आपका leg मिल गया, वो आपके पूरे leg को अच्छे से करेगा, but then he'll make sure that you're not struggling, so that it's easy for him that you first die. So वो अपनी grip को बना के रखेगा जब तक आप मरोगे नहीं, तब तक आप हिलना बंद नहीं करोगे, उसके बाद वो आपको खाएगा.
Oh, that's a lot better way to die. Die instantly and not feel the pain, rather than going through something where we are not helpless and
crocodile is best option.
और तीसरा तरीका है दीपक जो तुमने बोला, क्योंकि क्रोकोडाइल को पानी में वैसे भी यू आर इन वाटर जब उसको फाइट कर रहे हो, और तीसरा तरीका है डूब के मरना. ठीक है, कि इससे पहले कि क्रोकोडाइल आए और खाए, अटैक करे, तुम पहले नीचे चले जाओ पानी के and you die.
Also, crocodiles have a poor eyesight, vision.
On land. मैंने इसलिए नहीं बोला कि land में. I'm saying you are fighting it in its territory, which is water. So तीसरा तरीका, you drown in the water. So now Deepak, since you chose कि मेरे को पानी से डर लगता है and what not, now what is your answer?
अब तो पानी में मर जाओ जान.
अब तो पानी में मर जाऊंगा.
See, that's what I was saying. Because if you don't know how to swim, सबसे brilliant तरीका इसमें यही है कि या उसमें भी पेन होएगा, but एक अलग तरीके का पेन है. Die by drowning.
हमें पता होता तो हम यही बोलते थे.
मैं इसलिए टेस्ट कर रहा था कि किसको कितना पता है एनिमल्स के बारे में.
I watched this movie, The Revenant by Leonardo.
Okay.
In that, did you any of you watch that movie?
No.
Revenant.
The Revenant.
Nahin.
It's a famous movie where he'll get they'll travel through the forest for some reason, and a bear will hunt him. He'll smash him to the ground, and he will survive the attack, but he'll be dead. Like literally, he won't be able to move his body. That's how much it would have affected him. That was very, very bad. I saw it and I was like, this is one of the worst way to die. So I remember that, and that's why I picked crocodile.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like sabse zyada, that's why I liked Raja's answer, because I was like, okay, at least he knows a little bit on how to like prevent fighting a bear, because bear is one of the most lethal animals.
At least live every possible way. When adrenaline kicks in, we find a way to live. If you can't survive in a peaceful way where like we don't struggle, just die right away.
If you ever get a chance, go and watch a video on YouTube. Bear fight. ठीक है, bear fight देखना दीपक YouTube पे जाके, bear fight इसके बाद ही देख लेना. और देखना कि वो फाइट एक दूसरे से कैसे करते हैं. You'll realize that how you are gonna die.
No,
Like,
you
how
can pull up
lethal.
that scene from The Revenant.
I
Can you
haven't.
pull up the
I
scene?
should see that Revenant scene, right? I should see that.
Yeah, you will like it, really like it. If you can pull up the scene, no, it's very famous. Like you will relate to whatever we spoke.
Okay,
Wow.
let's see.
The Revenant.
ऐसा पॉडकास्ट कभी नहीं हुआ होगा.
Bear fight.
Revenant. Leonardo.
I'll type that too. मैं भी वो भी दिखाता हूँ. Let me show this one. So now those are two bears fighting, and those are probably like 500. I don't even like 1,000 pounds, probably 800 pounds. Let's see.
No, this is not very impactful.
Oh, they didn't fight as much. I want to like I've seen there was a video that I saw that you can actually see the injuries.
Yeah, you can.
Bear fight.
You can literally see a real actual scene. If a human gets stuck.
This one, I think this is the video I saw. Let me share this video. Where is it? Portable charger.
But at the end, I don't want any bodybuilder or a guy or any audience who was watching, just because you have a physique, you just can't fight with the bear and win.
Fight the
Yeah,
bear.
yeah. That I hope like they really understand. It is this one. This one.
Wow.
Like there's a lot of strength in their paws, and they attack to kill. I don't know. This is bear. This is some other animals they're showing. Can't find that video up. Let's see the Revenant one. But if you find some videos, jo bhi log dekh rahe hain, you can always Google that and you can really see. So Revenant is bear scene, huh?
Yeah. Look at it. Let's grabbing.
मूवी देख के बच गया.
राजा
सेफ हो गया मूवी की वजह से.
That's right. I take it this way.
Look at it.
I get it. Yeah, that's how he's. Yeah, you can see. He's not gonna kill you.
Dilip, typically, this is what you were explaining.
Yes,
Raja
this
saved.
is pretty accurate scene. अच्छा, you know, Raja, good job. I think अच्छा है हमने ये.
मूवी ने बचा लिया राजा को.
Yeah, I think he saw this. It's good. He knows. But this is यही मैंने एक scene देखा था bear versus bear maybe like a bear fighting another bear. It was so lethal कि दोनों के faces पूरे वो हो गए थे and they had a lot of injuries and it was for like you know to see who's the alpha. Two bears fighting कि उनके area में कौन सा बड़ा वो है. But yes, that's how they kill.
अब मुझे डिस्कवरी देखना चालू करना पड़ेगा.
Right? It's like it is insane. Like it's not like a lion or a tiger that will like पहले वो आपको मारेगा फिर खाएगा. That's not the rule. They'll start eating you already. You're already a food, and slowly they'll like do that, and they'll kill you in a very very like painful death.
But in the first place, why did you think of it?
Why did I think of it?
Who gave you the idea, bro?
I just thought
Asking
it's
this
a
question.
fun question to discuss. You know, it's like why not? Fun questions भी है ना. I don't want to make this podcast just like all science and stuff. ये मैंने पहले भी बोला. It's more like just talking like random talks. You know, so that's why I pick certain topics.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like there is another question I had. You know, I said if पहले कि we wrap it up. It's almost like 1.5 hours हो गया. So last question before we wrap it up, which is similar. What would be your last meal to eat before you die? if you had a choice?
आज भुवन लगता है मार के छोड़ेगा सबको.
So maybe this podcast is
Why
all
it's
about
always
death.
dying, bro?
अरे it's because it tells me a lot about you, and it tells कि audience को भी दिखता है कि what is your favorite thing or what's your way, like right now this question कि आपका क्या ऐसा खाना है जो आपको इतनी ज्यादा fulfillment देगा कि you're like okay it's okay, like this is your death row
मरने से पहले
last
बंदा
meal.
क्या सोचा है खाने की.
Death
नहीं
wish,
कई बार ना
last wish.
फांसी देते हैं ना लोगों को पूछते हैं कि आप क्या
Yeah,
खाओगे?
see, yeah, exactly, yes, because
तुम्हें
everybody
दिमाग
gets.
नहीं
जो मैंने बोला डेथ रो, वो इसलिए मैंने बोला डेथ रो जब किसी को मिलती है,
ये
it's
मराने के
always
लिए
a
सबको
fact.
मारना चाहते हैं.
Yeah,
नहीं
yeah,
यार वो
like they
जानना
want
चाहते हैं कि
you.
डिजायर क्या है.
अच्छा.
Yes.
जैसे मेरे से हाँ क्योंकि हर कैदी को जब फांसी
क्या है?
दे
Last
मेरी
wish
desire-
for your food. I'm asking, ki what is that one food that'll give you so much satisfaction?
अच्छा.
Yes, like this is it.
That's me first. I should answer.
Yeah,
or-
you first.
3-4 चीजें भी बोल सकते
I'll
हो,
go
तो
with mutton biryani, like my wife does.
Okay,
It's a homemade,
okay.
so not from any shop. So that will be the last meal.
That's just the mutton biryani from her.
That's the mutton biryani,
Okay. Deepak?
and maybe some few desserts.
Dessert कौन सी?
Normal like gulab jam.
गुलाब जामुन ठीक है. Okay.
Yeah.
Deepak?
अपनी
मेरी भी बता देना.
वही बताने जा रहा हूँ.
चुप रहो तुम.
मेरी वाइफ के हाथों से बनवाऊंगा मैं पहले तो.
अच्छा, okay.
झूठ बोल रहा है झूठ बोल रहा है.
नहीं,
वो क्योंकि वो वहाँ बैठी हुई है इसलिए.
आपने
cheese pizza.
3-4 चीजें बोली ना, 3 चीजों.
जबरदस्ती.
मरने से पहले
फांसी लगने वाली है.
Yeah, anything like total, what
तो
जितना भी
तो
total
3 चीजें
खाना है.
बोलूंगा
तो
मैं.
जिंगलर पूछ रहे हो क्या खाना.
3
क्या?
चीजें बोलूंगा मैं. एक
Okay.
मेरी वाइफ से बोलूंगा मैं भरे हुए आलू के परोठे बनाते जो मस्त बनाती है. एक
Okay.
राजमा चावल. और मम्मी से बोलूंगा कि एक मीठे ना वो होते पुए.
Okay.
बस ये 3
I
चीजें
get it.
खानी
Yeah,
Yes.
malpua. Yeah.
हाँ,
Okay. So all vegetarian.
चीज़लेस पिज्जा नहीं खाओगे?
क्योंकि चीजा नहीं खाना ना. मरने से पहले अपने प्यारे से हाथ के से खाना है ना.
अच्छा प्यार वाले हाथों से खाना है तुमको.
Good. Very good. Raja?
भुवन क्या खाओगे अब ये भुवन?
मैं बताता हूँ. मैं ऑर्डर में राजा के बाद
Order
मेरा
is
एक
Bhuwan is
पड़ेगा.
last.
अच्छा.
राजा की बात बताते हो लेकिन मरने वाला नहीं बता रहे.
उन्हें
I
पहले
didn't
ही
get
पता था.
मरने वाला. अच्छा मेरा आंसर क्या था? मेरा आंसर क्रोकोडाइल था. मेरा आंसर क्रोकोडाइल था. Like and for that reason only कि मैं अगर मुझे मरने को मिल रहा है तो I'd rather just
अगर दिलीप और मैंने भी ये चीज देखी होती तो हम दिलीप और हम भी क्रोकोडाइल कहते.
वही तो पॉइंट था कि कितना पता है. मुझे there is no way in hell कि मैं कभी भी बेयर से फाइट करना चाहूंगा. लायन टाइगर मे भी चलो ठीक है क्योंकि मुझे पता है अगर हारे तो सीधा मरना है. Bear will never be a
No,
question.
actually, if you're really talented and if you're the luckiest person alive, you can kill a tiger if you have a knife or something sharp because it'll pounce at you, and that's when like you can strike it.
See, tigers and lions are not as strong as bear. I don't understand. मुझे लोगों को ये समझ में नहीं आता कि bear में कितनी strength है. There's a lot of strength they carry because of the weight they carry. They're strong. Lion, yeah, they're king of the jungle. वो सब ठीक है. But in a
predict their move
there
as
is a
well.
lion. Have you ever seen a lion fight bear? I don't think it happens often, and it's going to be a very close fight. एक अकेला lion और एक अकेला bear.
Good news, like.
See, there is an advantage. Bear की एक advantage होती है वो 2 पैरों पे खड़ा भी हो सकता है.
Size, stature.
So अगर 1-on-1 fight हो रही है, lion is on 4 feet. उसके पास अपना jaw है और थोड़े बहुत paws हैं. Bear can balance. वो सीधा उसके ऊपर जाके it can claw the hell out of that. Right?
Also,
so it's a very good fight.
You can't predict a bear's move. It doesn't have a pattern of a move. He'll wait for it. You won't know what kind of move.
There are better fighters. They are better fighters because that's what they do. They fight. In their जो अपने इनके regions होते हैं within the bear regions, उनका काम ही होता है कि they fight with each other.
No, the reason behind that is the motto is different because bear wants to fight and make sure like you suffer. It doesn't want you to kill.
Yes.
It wants to kill.
It doesn't want food because omnivorous है ना. Food तो vegetarian भी खा लेगा. उसको इतना hungry नहीं है कि उसको सिर्फ you are the only food source. Lion के लिए you are the only food source.
So you can
they are more
the
interested in dominating.
Attack. Yes. It'll only jump on your neck or somewhere to where it can snatch and kill you.
It's the same thing as a gorilla. Gorilla is a vegetarian. But अगर fight हुई, he'll really make you suffer, break your bones one by one.
Alright, so
So
Best,
in
I have
this
to answer.
answer, so that brings us to this question: last meal for death
Yeah,
row.
I would prefer a buffet where like I have options and I take my. Just kidding, but last meal, is there any cap on how much you can pick?
No. Well, how much you can
Nothing.
eat in a meal? जो भी मतलब actual meal है अभी what how much can you eat in a meal?
No, I mean the options I pick, because if you go to a buffet, you can eat 20 items
हाँ.
easily. You can pick every favorite of yours. No, so I just ask if there's a
But
cap. But
अगर food item like I'm like yeah I understand वो तो choice मेरे को समझ में आ गई but within that choice what would be कि सबसे ज़्यादा that you really like yeah you really crave yeah you would feel कि satisfied दो item या तीन item.
okay, there's nothing like that because I would rather spend the time with my close circle I have.
And that's not the question. वो हो गया. You've already spent the time and everything as all of that is done. Now the main
Whatever.
thing is this is your last meal that you can forget dying. This is the last meal that you can ever have in your life.
उनको बोलो
इसके
कि
बाद
No,
फांसी
whatever I
चढ़ने
said was
वाली
like
है.
any meal with that close circle is okay with me. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Okay.
Any
So you're
meal with
not
that.
worried about
Ah,
कि कोई specific meal या
yeah, I don't want specific. I want the biryani.
you
I
just
want the
want a
that.
little bit variety या जो भी मिले then
I
it's
don't mind.
fine.
I just want that circle to be shared. I want that time to be shared with my circle, and any meal is fine.
स्मार्ट है.
हाँ. Like for me मेरे लिए world's best mutton curry जो जहां पे भी मेरे को मिले I don't care कि कौन बना रहा है I
कैलकाटा
want
में
it has to be the best like tasting in the entire world like whoever is making it
वो दिल्ली
that
आ रहा है.
naan and then maybe like two kinds of mutton curries
चलो आप
like
दिल्ली आना हम आपको मटन की खिलाएंगे.
मेरे को I'm down मैं तो चाहता हूँ कि I want to see कि सबसे बेस्ट करी क्या शिवम ने मुझे उसकी गर्लफ्रेंड जो बनाई थी वो मुझे खिलाया था कोलकाता स्टाइल आई थिंक गर्लफ्रेंड की मदर ने जो बनाई थी उसने मुझे वो खिलाया था that was
मटन
damn
कौशा.
good और मैं डाइट पे था I didn't have a cheat meal at that time and I still like I ate a little bit I'm like god damn it has to wait till my cheat meal comes. So yeah for me it'll always be like a really good mutton curry and I like south like मेरे लिए अभी actually last week जब I had a cheat meal I ate Andhra mutton curry actually here yeah I got it from a
A
restaurant
bit
here.
spicier. Andhra foods are a little bit
With the
spicier.
curry leaves and all that I like that style chettinad भी मुझे पसंद है but I like both like I like South Indian mutton curries a lot.
But don't you think today you feel like having naan mutton curry? And if the same question, if I ask you the same question like 2 weeks or like a month later, you will say some other dish.
No, my thing is मुझे सबसे ज्यादा fulfillment जो question था वो ये था ना कि सबसे ज्यादा fulfillment किससे मिलेगा कि ठीक है I'm like my stomach is full I'm happy and whatever happens
So you're
happens.
saying for the past like how many ever years?
Yeah, since I
you
was
have felt the same.
since I was like 13 or 12 years old. And मैंने इतने
आज आपकी
international foods
choice
खा लिया
अलग
सब
है.
कुछ खा लिया obviously like
क्या
there is
पता
another
कुछ
thing that I
और
would really like to eat which is
राजा की
lobster
ऐसी
roll.
होगी choice.
Because
You
with
know
me it's different.
He
Because
likes
since
variety.
childhood I liked a different food. I thought I hate this thing, some khichdi, all those stuff. I really don't like it at all. But later on, growing up, I started eating khichdi, and that became my favorite food. Rava
Yeah, I like
upma
that.
something
All
was
of that stuff is
upma.
good. But जो मेरे favorites पहले थे वो मेरे आज भी हैं. Like whether it comes
मेरे
to
भी वही है
vegetarian
मेरे
food or it comes to
कई
cheap
लोग
food.
चेंज हो जाते हैं.
I still like हाँ ये हो सकता है कि same kind जो करी थी I'll still like it but it's not maybe not my favorite curry anymore. Like बहुत लोगों के छोटे पे they love butter chicken but then as they grow up they're like like that's not their favorite food like for most people that grow up but bachpan like when you're really young and you're small you really like butter chicken. As a kid I love that but 7-8 साल की उम्र के बाद I was like I don't like that I want something else.
No, okay, you can like something and unlike something, but for me, childhood I had that really anger whenever I look at it. I used to get really tempted, or like I should even like not eat for another day if you only give me that food. If not, you'll die the next day. This is your survival meal. In that case, also in my childhood, I would never pick a upma and eat it. That's how much I hated it back then. But later growing up, I started loving upma. It's like the exact opposite, and I was like fascinated by the fact that how can a person switch from this end to the
Yeah,
other
like
end,
from not liking something and then really liking
not
something.
like hating it to the core to really liking it and picking it, calling it a best dish. So
True.
that transition made me think like maybe our choices might change anytime.
Yeah. Got it. So that was all the questions I had for today. But yeah, मेरा main what मैं पहले बता रहा था रॉको की दीपक को कि ये क्यों इतना why I ask these questions is because this is not like a knowledgeable like science podcast. This is more like a bro chat. You know, there's just talking, sitting, eating mutton curry and having a talk and having a camera on there. Yeah, so that's kind of like what.
दिल्ली
like
आ रहे हैं क्या भुवन?
हाँ,
13 weeks out.
I'm coming to India. I mean, I'm going to Dubai on 25th, and then I'll come to India on 30th March. Yeah, so I'll be in Delhi. मैं आऊँगा, we'll get a session and we'll go. I think probably mid-April के आसपास. I think मेरी flight मेरी दिल्ली से ही है वापसी की, तो I think 3-4 दिन पहले मैं आ जाऊँगा दिल्ली.
फिर मटन खिलाने चलेंगे बर्रा.
तो ठीक है, मटन खिलाते हैं आपको.
Done. This time I have good amount of calories, so I can afford a cheat meal. So
मटन बर्रा और बंगाली मटन भी, और दिलीप भी गए थे हमारे साथ जामा मस्जिद.
Okay, yeah, Jama Masjid. Yeah, I used to go. वहाँ तो Kareem's and all those places.
Kareem's का तो क्वालिटी खराब हो गया.
I have heard that. मैं तो 15 साल पहले की बात कर रहा हूँ.
Get me a pen, no? I'll note on everything. Like whenever, right after my prep.
Yeah, you should.
Ajit, you are also invite.
Raja, we'll go.
Raja,
Whenever you are there, June show, we'll go.
Yeah, you're going to India Pro show, right? Like you're going to the Bharat show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so then
after that we'll go.
After your pro card, we'll celebrate with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us is competing. I think Raja is, so he might. I don't think, and even Deepak might. I'm not. And I don't think Dilip is.
I might, depending on the condition form. I might. So yeah, but
either way, whether you complete or not, everybody's going to be there, so we can go for some good actual
some
food
places to eat some good food.
Hopping करेंगे ना, थोड़ा खाएंगे.
हाँ. Hopping इतने cheat meal नहीं मिलते रूपा.
I'm not enough that.
But I like the idea. उसमें थोड़ा सा मैं change करता हूँ कि hop नहीं करेंगे. पहले से ही सारी चीजें ले आएंगे ताकि it's a buffet spread for one meal. ठीक है?
That is okay, but still, right after the show, I'm not in for it because I have had a lot of experiences with that. Any amateur guys watching it, please don't eat a buffet meal or anything you like right after the show.
I disagree.
No, we can get something for you like with
right after the show. I always eat the whatever I can that I want to eat, और वो मैं तब तक पूरी रात खाता हूँ.
दीपक भी यही करता है.
But here's the thing, मैं पूरी रात खाता हूँ और मैं सुबह का breakfast भी for the most part I get a good breakfast, like जो भी मुझे like pancakes and stuff like that. उस meal के बाद 8-9 a.m. meal के बाद then everything is on to the point, strict. So by the time first day I'll feel full, you know, I'll lose a little bit definition in my abs, but I'm very full, but I don't get to the point where my abs are gone. वो तब होता है जब आप पूरा दिन और उसके नेक्स्ट डे खाते रहो sodium, salt, water and all of that. For me 110% the night of the show I really like to eat, and I want, you know, I make sure that I do, because next day does not really affect my physique.
It's not about physique. I'm not talking about physique here. So it's about your gut health. So this time when you're coming to Delhi, let us all go out and I'll place the order for you. Whatever meal you are eating, I'll be the one to pick it. Are you up for a challenge?
I mean, depend करता है कितना spices खिला रहे हो, because I know what he's getting at. What he's getting at कि उसको मैं इतना ज़्यादा chili, spices सब कुछ दूँगा, then but वो तो मेरा आज भी हो जाएगा. You're talking about show time. Today, if I eat
too much, okay. See, show time is a major risk, but even in your off season, are you up for a challenge in your off season?
I'm up for a challenge. You get me food and I'll eat it for one day, and that's a cheat meal, and that's done.
But he's saying
इससे better challenge मैं बताता हूँ ना. इससे better challenge मैं देता हूँ. Let's go and see and how many calories we can eat in one sitting.
नहीं,
no, he's jumping to a safer spot now.
गोलगप्पे कितने खा सकते हो?
Yes, I'm jumping to a safer spot, but I want you to include your theory too. Within that calorie period, you include those foods that you're trying to tell me, but everybody has to eat that, and who eats the most in that food is the winner.
No, we'll book a hospital bed for him.
We'll book a hospital bed for the winner.
Winner, yeah.
Okay. Incentive ulta ho raha hai. It needs to be incentive to win. Otherwise, everybody will lose.
राजा बहुत naughty है ना?
I know he's
What?
trying to
He's
like
very sharp. He's
ensure
very sharp
he
minded.
the competition is already in hospital and he can go and win the show and no problem. अगर इस June, if not June show, he wants कि November show, he'll just win. So he's acting like Arnold. वो competition अलग तरीके से खत्म कर रहा है.
But I'm going to take that as a compliment here because you compared me with Arnold.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm saying like you because usne RuPaul said कि you're naughty in the sense that you are,
So we have a Arnold here and we have Dwayne Johnson in our podcast here. Look alike. So it's going to be.
Yeah.
Now we got to find a character for Dilip and you.
Yeah. Okay.
And we already have a thumbnail now.
We need to think about that. So we have the thumbnail for Arnold and then the Rock, huh? So
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks guys coming on this.
Thank you.
Podcast, and then we'll
But it's a fun one.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing all the information like you would like to share here, and it was pretty helpful.
Yeah, of course.
Like in the training knowledge and all.
Also,
That's a good
आपको मैं
podcast.
भी डिस्कस करूंगा आपसे मैसेज पे, आप देख लेना एक बार.
Okay. Sure.
कैसा लगा तुम्हें पॉडकास्ट? मजा आया? इतनी बात तुम करते नहीं हो ना.
मजा आया, बहुत अच्छी बात थी.
We'll do more of these. Don't worry. अभी तो we'll do more of these episodes. So.
Yeah.
और पता है एक्चुअली में कितना अच्छा है, कितना कुछ सीखने को मिला.
What do you want to eat before dying?
पहली बार लाइव आए, मैं फर्स्ट टाइम लाइव आया हूँ.
I know. It's that my whole point is कि this is just something more fun. It's not just a serious
but
talk.
It's knowledgeable also. मतलब
yes,
बहुत
it
कुछ
has, exactly.
सीखने के मिला because see दीपक से आप सब सीनियर हो एज अ प्रो कार्ड में. आप सब अजीत भी सीनियर है और दिलीप भी सीनियर है दीपक से, और आप भी
सीनियर हो.
Because Deepak used to play for.
I don't think there is no senior.
No, I mean to say you know more rules.
I know experience. I know what you're saying. Like experience.
I mean to say you know more rules pro shows के ना.
Yes. So that's the whole point of this. We can talk about our experiences.
अब दीपक के साथ क्या है कि जैसे जब उसको पता ही नहीं था कि he will win pro card, उसको पता ही नहीं था कि रूटीन होता क्या है, कैसे क्या है. He never practiced because ये दिलीप knows this है ना. He didn't know कि ये प्रो शो में वो करने वाला है, पता ही नहीं था रूटीन कैसे करना है. तो जो आया माइंड में किया, फिर उसके बाद हमें पता नहीं है बाहर कंट्रीज में कैसे प्रो शोज होते हैं. हम लोग कभी खेले नहीं वहां बाहर,
इसलिए मैंने अपना आपको टाइम दिया.
अब वो ये करना पड़ेगा ना, like eventually like you will have to like start going out of India. You have to gain that muscle अपनी physique पे change करने के बाद when you're in that weight cap hit कर लिया है and you've grown in the right areas, then that the whole point is to compete as much as possible because you are a pro and you are an athlete. Your job as an athlete is to compete. That's your job. So when you are in that level and you have achieved that, the main thing is experience. The experience तभी आएगा और चीजें तभी सीखोगे when you compete more, right? And competing more के लिए nowadays there are so many shows. आज से like in 2019 there were no pro shows. There were like total probably 25 pro shows in the whole country and in the whole world. 25 total. Ab you'll have 25 within the subcontinent of Asia, Europe.
वहां बाहर के एथलीट्स कैसे पोज करते हैं, वहां के क्राइटेरिया क्या है, उनका मसल कैसा है, हर किसी से ना सीखने को मिलता है.
Observe, you have to like obviously like देखना है और दूसरों को भी देखना है. UK का Arnold Classic का आज ही हुआ था. You should watch that show. You should learn from them. You know, there's all these skills. I mean, that's what we do too. Like in men's physique, that's the same thing we do. Like I mean, I watch all the shows for the same reason कि मैं देखूंगा तो मुझे सीखने को मिलेगा, and then we use that in our own. जब हम routine करते हैं, we go on stage. So it's all about just learning as much as you can.
I also watch all those winners from every post where men's physique news posts. Like I see all the placings from 1 to 6, and I think I analyze myself. I judge myself why this guy was placed in this show and the other show. Like we analyze so much, and we and watch all those videos online, YouTube review, and watch those Olympia TV channel primetime where Derek judge. He gives a lot of information there.
Yeah, it's
that learn about the category.
Watch other podcasts. Watch this podcast. There's like that's how you learn. This is the whole point of this. Like we just sharing हर एक की अपनी knowledge, अपना point of view, and then it's all out there and people can.
अब सबको पता भी चल जाएगा कि यार मत भालू से मत भिड़ो. ठीक है
या सबसे
और
बड़ा टेक अवे यहाँ से ये है कि सब जाके वीडियो देखो कि और इस चैनल में भी देखो जब हमने डाली है कि भालू कैसे मारता है. How does he kill?
और दीपक के
Yeah,
आंखें
that's what I was
सूखते
thinking
हुए.
about.
I got it.
All
Yeah.
right, guys. Well, I know it's late at India, so let's wrap this up, and then we go
Yep.
for the next episode next
बहुत
week.
मजा आया ना,
बहुत
बहुत मजा आया
Yeah.
सीरियसली.
All right,
Yeah.
guys.
We actually
Raja
gave you guys a lot of information about not dying from a bear, and
Yeah.
then eat your favorite food before you die.
Before you
Eat
die.
your favorite food. Comment your
So I
favorite
want
food.
I want कि लोग इस वीडियो के नीचे और कमेंट करके ये बताएं कि और कौन से ऐसे क्वेश्चंस हैं जो हमें आंसर करने चाहिए. Give us
हाँ.
questions, fun questions.
Yeah. Before that, comment your favorite food, what you will eat before you die. Think of it and then comment 3 foods.
Yes.
And tag Bhuwan Chavan.
3
Tag
of your
Bhuwan
friends.
Chavan alone.
And that I will eat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys.
Alright,
See you guys.
alright.
Thanks.
Alright.
See you
Nice
guys.
catching
See
up
you.
with
Thank
all.
you.
See
Thank
you guys.
you.
See you guys. Take care.
Another podcast. See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye bye.